Bennett in motion. Fake handoff. Sikora under a rush. Looking. Lobbing. Caught! Caught for two! Caught for two!
Allen takes the shotgun snap. He'll flip it out to McKee, and it's in and out of the hands and back in. And now McKee's got room to run up the near sideline. McKee, there he goes! Wyatt McKee, no one will catch him. 10-5, touchdown, Keystone!
Snap is back. Tarnowski's got it. He's getting pressure again. Now he gets a little time. He's looking to throw. He's still looking. As we've got all kinds of contact in the backfield. This is going to be a completed pass, though. Across the 40, across the 50. A lot of speed down the sideline. There goes Caden Levert. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to get brought down inside the 15. All the way down near the 10-yard line. As the month of August comes to a close, the high school football season is just getting underway. It is rolling now. We had a great week one, as you saw in the intro highlights there, and we have got some great matchups coming at you here on WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. This week two on a beautiful Friday night, not a cloud in the sky. 70-plus degrees, but still nice and cool, comfortable outside. It's a perfect night for football, and we've got a great game for you here on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube stream, as we have got a rivalry matchup that is just one of those games that happens every year that you cannot predict, because every time you think you know what's going to happen, the opposite happens. It's the Keystone Wildcats that got a big win last week over a good Norwayne squad against the Cloverleaf Colts, who also got one of their defining wins since we've been covering Cloverleaf. The first time in 13 years they beat Buckeye. They went to Buckeye and won that game 10-6 last week. So two teams come into this one 1-0, and it's going to be a battle. I am Michael Keefe. Joining me on the broadcast tonight, Mike Rush. And before we get into breaking things down, let me just tell you that our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. Stewart's TV and Appliance, 468 Cleveland Street in Elyria. Mallard Creek Golf Club on Route 82 in Columbia Station. Mike Bass Ford at I-90 at Detroit Exit 148, a great deal and a great deal more. Valley Chevrolet on Route 18 in Wellington, and Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. This is the Nick Abraham Auto Mall pre-game show, and Mike Rush, first time working together this year. Go back a long way, but man, this game, what a one for us to be working on. What a one for us to have on the stream on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel tonight. This is going to be a good one.
Well, Michael, it's great to be back with you on the Medina County matchup this year. And like you said, a great matchup. Two similar communities, two similar programs. These people really support high school sports and support their teams. And home opener for Cloverleaf, coming off a huge win. First win over Buckeye in 13 years. They're kind of parlaying their first ever playoff win in school history last year at Bay. So they kind of took that momentum into the offseason, got a big win in week one against Buckeye. And this has kind of been a process for head coach Justin Voorhees. They have 8 3-year starters on this team, seniors. So this has been a process for them to get to this point. They think their time is now to win. For Keystone, it's a new look. It's a new era. It's the Coach Brian Fox era, and it got off to a bang last week with a big win over Norwayne. They start the season on an onside kick that they recover, and then they also retained the previous head coach, Don Griswold. He's their defensive coordinator, so some continuity there. They feel like they're poised for a big season. This is a great heavyweight matchup here in week 2 on the Medina County matchup, and looking forward to bringing it to you guys tonight.
Well, and we'll try to get you some shots from around the crowd here. It's I love that we have the YouTube channel on the Medina County matchup this year. I love that we're doing it on the Chronicle YouTube channel, because you get to see these places that we've been calling games, and this is just one of the great places we call a game. Cloverleaf High School. This stadium is beautiful. Pretty much everything is new here, and what a view in the background. You got all the trees back there, but it's going to be a packed house. It is their opening night. Again, they opened on the road at Buckeye, so it's their opening night, their opening home game here at Cloverleaf. And this is, you talked about it, this kind of place, this kind of town. They love this team. They love their Cloverleaf Colts, and it's going to be an exciting night here.
Yeah, this is a great atmosphere. I mean, it's already packed, and people are still filing in through the gates. We know the Keystone community travels as well. It's just a great atmosphere, and it's a big-time game early on in the season.
So let's talk real quickly about these teams here on the Nick Abraham Auto Mall pregame show. But let's start with the home team, the Cloverleaf Colts. Again, 1-0. Got that win over Buckeye. It wasn't pretty. 17 penalties for the Cloverleaf Colts in that one. But Buckeye was just sloppier. They had 14 penalties of their own, but they also had turnovers. They missed some big fourth down conversions that they couldn't hit, and credit to Cloverleaf for holding them in those situations. But they still get that win, and that's what matters. What I found was interesting, and I made a note of this on our sheet here, but Cloverleaf, they have an identity. Coach Justin Voorhees has an identity with this offense, and they run a very specific kind of offense. They've run it for a long time. And this entire preseason, this offseason, they were working on kind of different looks. They were really into the I formation all through practice and everything, and then they went to Buckeye and didn't run any of it. They just went back to what they did before. So is there, you've been on the coaching side of things, is there a thought process there of kind of doing things, getting out of your comfort zone during an offseason, but then when the game happens, going right back to your comfort zone?
Well, the one thing, I think part of the change to the I formation look was Coach Voorhees takes a lot of stock in his players, and that was something that the players kind of came to him and his staff in the offseason about these different looks. I think it helped move guys in different positions. So he takes a lot of he gives them a lot of ownership, but I think it's definitely one of those things where maybe if it was game plan specific, I'm not sure. We'll kind of see what they do here tonight, but sometimes you go back to old reliable, and then you can kind of make your playbook bigger as the year goes on. So we'll see what happens here tonight. But really, Michael, that's the best type of win, right? You get the win, but you were sloppy. You still have the kids' attention. You know there's so much to clean up, but it's a lot better to watch film after a win.
Yeah, you got it. You know, coaches love those games where they get to still yell at the kids after the game, even though you win. That's a coach's favorite game, right?
Absolutely. You still can point out all the mistakes and how you can get better, and you're 1-0 at the end of the day.
On the other side of things, it's Keystone, and you can't talk about Keystone without talking about the guy that, listen, Brian Fox, new head coach, was at EC for like 10 years, was at Elyria for a year. He's been around for a long time, and he called his running back, Wyatt McKee, the most he's never seen anyone run as violently as Wyatt McKee. McKee, over 120 yards rushing last week, over 100 yards receiving last week, 3 touchdowns. Talk to me about how special it is to just have a guy like that out on the field.
I mean, Michael, he's unlike anyone else in the Lorain County League. He is an absolute violent missile when he hits the hole. And the thing that they're doing with him this year, Coach Fox, a little bit different. They're moving him all over the place. He's going to line up at receiver. He's going to be in the backfield. He also starts at linebacker. And talking to Coach Fox before the game, he made a great point. They got to keep him upright and healthy throughout the whole season. So you'll see him in the backfield. You'll see him catching bubble screens all over the field. He's certainly a weapon, and he's at the top of the scouting report tonight for Cloverleaf.
Well, again, this is going to be a fantastic game. We are just about maybe 15 or so-ish minutes away from kickoff. We're going to take our first break here on the Nick Abraham Auto Mall pregame show. When we come back, Mike, you and Rocco had a conversation with Coach Justin Voorhees. We're going to play that conversation, and we're going to get ready for the game. We'll give you keys to the game, starters, and so much more. Again, it's the Nick Abraham Auto Mall pregame show. It's Cloverleaf. It's Keystone. It's coming up soon right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Justin Voorhees, head coach of the Cloverleaf Colts. His guys get a big win over Buckeye last week. And Mike, I don't think I quite realized just how big of a win that was until you kind of gave me some of the details. But Coach, thank you so much for joining us here tonight for the Forecast Show. How are we doing?
Good. How are you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
We're doing great. We're doing great. Mike, I'll let you kind of kick things off because I know you had a lot of things you wanted to ask Coach about. Again, just a crazy win last week over Buckeye. Another tough one this week against Keystone. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, congrats on the win last week, obviously. Hadn't beaten Buckeye in 13 years. Several of those had been, double-digit losses. How big of a win was that for your program going into being able to go into week 2 now at 1-0?
I mean, anytime you can start off 1-0 is big. The last few years we've started off 0-1. But I think playing a team like Buckeye week 1 is always beneficial because you're forced to set a tone early on in the season. And then, you're not, then the following weeks, you're ready to go. Where I think that's really helped us as the season's progressed. But getting that win was huge. It was an ugly game. We didn't necessarily execute to our best ability, but for our kids to fight and all the adversity that they faced and kept coming together, the attitudes were great, the effort was great. And that's really what you want to see from your team in week 1 because the execution's not going to be perfect at that point.
Coach, I want to go back 2 years ago, and I did your game at Bay in 2024. We had it on WEOL, and that year you played a lot of young kids, if I remember correctly, and you had some injuries, a lot of injuries that year, and you guys fought against Bay. And I remember on the field in the pregame, you said, if we get this win, it'll be the first playoff win in school history. And you guys came up a little bit short that night, but last year you guys go back to Bay, you get a thrilling win with a game with a lot of ups and downs. So I guess, how did you parlay that win this offseason with your experienced team now? And then you followed up with a huge week 1 win. How did that kind of parlay into the offseason momentum into week 1?
I think it's been a 3-year process. With all those injuries, we were forced to start a lot of sophomores, and fortunate for us, that sophomore group was really good for us coming up through. So they were forced to get experience, playoff experience as a sophomore group, and then having the, I would say, fortune of facing Bay again in the playoffs. Those kids knew what it took, and they really believed in themselves. They believed that they could get that first playoff win for our program, and they did it. And only having 5 seniors last year, our guys knew, okay, this season is our chance to do something special here at Cloverleaf that really hasn't been done. And they wanted that. And I think that's what we're working for. That's what we're reminding them of. We're trying to not put pressure on them, but at the same time, there's expectations and there's reasons we're going to get on you and reasons we want to work hard.
Coach, I'm curious. So many guys talk about momentum and how it translates to better energy, and you start the season off on the right note, right? I'm curious, just, because you've been there, what does that look like in a week of practice? You know what I mean? Where do you really see that start to kick in? Is it extra attention to film? Is it kind of, effort throughout practice, kind of everything? What does that look like? How does that translate?
Every season we end up having a moment where we have to have a heart-to-heart with our team. And the last couple of years, it's been after that Buckeye game. We didn't execute. And I think with our seasoned group, there have been some practices where these guys are it's year 3, we're doing the same thing. So the Monday of the Buckeye week was not our best day. And we had a little heart-to-heart there, after kicking them off the field. And I think we got that out of the way early, and they responded. And ever since, our practices have been great. The effort's been great. The attitude's been great. And they realize why we're doing what we're doing now.
Coach, I want to talk to you about that senior class, all that experience that you do have. You have 8 3-year starters on this team. How comforting is that as a coach? How much leadership do those guys provide? And at the same time, how much ownership do you and your staff give those guys?
Well, and that's the thing. My staff and our program, we always say we're a players program. We're going to facilitate, but it's your team. And having these guys essentially run this team and, call their defenses, tell us what they're seeing on offense. We really put it to them. They've earned that trust from us. And having 8 3-year starters, it is we've opened our playbook up immensely. On offense, we're doing things that we haven't done in 12 years here. Defense, they're able to just line up and play. They know if they see this look, they want to do this. They're flying to the ball. So there is less thinking and, more reaction and just play. And the game just slows down as you keep playing it at the same level more and more. And that's what we're seeing for these guys. Mentally, the game has slowed down for them.
Well, so it's certainly, the challenge continues in week 2 for you guys as you welcome in a very good Keystone team. I had the pleasure of having their game last week, actually. Very, very impressive win for Brian Fox and his guys over Norway and at home, no question. So what have you seen from them on film? Where do you guys think you can maybe have some success? What's it going to take tomorrow night?
They're an ultra-talented team, especially in the skill positions. Wyatt McKee is one heck of a running back. Colin can run and sling the ball. But it's a Keystone team, and when I say that, it's been the same formula. They have a new head coach on, different plays on offense, but, Coach Griswold's still the DC. I mean, he was the DC 12 years ago when I took over at Cloverleaf. So, different looks, but same mentality. But they're going to spread you on the field. They're going to get the ball in their athletes' hands. And ultimately, the key for us is we can't give up the big play. I think if we force long drives that on defense, that works for us. Then on offense, if we control that ball, and it's ultimately if we can control up front, I think that's our key to success, because they do have a lot of talented guys. And if you give them a chance to break free, they're going to break free. And that's, back to the Shackelford kids. I mean, that's been Keystone football for a long time.
Yeah, no kidding. No, should be a fun one. That's why we picked it on the schedule for sure. So, Coach, thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Again, congratulations on the win last week. Again, Mike was kind of filling me in on just how big that was. So congrats again. And I know you guys are looking forward to tomorrow. So best of luck to you guys. And thanks again for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Special thanks to Coach Justin Voorhees from Cloverleaf for having that conversation with you, Mike Rush, and for Rocco Nushi. You just heard a lot of excitement there. A lot of excitement going on here. You're back with us on the Nick Abraham Auto Mall pregame show, and we have got just about a minute until kickoff. And so what we're going to do right now is throw it over to you, Mike Rush, for our keys to the game, which are brought to you by Network Land Title Agency, the best title and escrow services. Mike.
Yeah,
keys to the game, buddy.
For Cloverleaf, offensively, they got to possess the football and go on long drives. They feel like they have the advantage up front. They want to play keep away from a talented Keystone offense. And then they got to take away the big play from Keystone. It's easier said than done, but Keystone's got so many dynamic playmakers, they can't let them hit home runs on them. For Keystone, defensively, they got to be able to get off the field. They can't let Cloverleaf just pound them. They got to be able to get off the field, and then they got to try to create explosive plays, and then a key special teams play may show up in this game. We expect a great game, so special teams is something to keep an eye on.
All right, again, keys to the game brought to you by Network Land Title Agency, and we are just about ready for kickoff. And as always, our kickoffs are brought to you by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company. And you can see it here. Cloverleaf takes the field. They won the coin toss and chose to defer, so Keystone will accept the opening kick. Cloverleaf in their home greens, green jerseys, green pants, white piping, white numerals with the white helmets. green stripe down the middle, and the Cloverleaf Colts logo on the side. And then you'll see the away whites and purples for Keystone. White jerseys, purple numerals with purple on the shoulders, purple pants, and they got the white helmets with the purple insignias as well. So battle of white helmets. It's going to test them out there.
I like both teams' uniforms. It's a great look for both of them, and getting ready to go here.
Well, here we are again from Cloverleaf High School on this beautiful late August night, week 2 of high school football here on WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram, where we are bringing you still 3 games a week, 2 on YouTube and 1 on the streams. This one is underway as the kick is a squibber, and it goes out to the 25-yard line where it's fielded by Keystone across the 30. Running into traffic there as the return man gets out near the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 34. And that is where they'll give him the 35. That's where Keystone will take over. And let's set this starting offense up front from left to right. Jordan Thacker, the senior, 6'2", 220. Clinton Thomas, the senior, 5'11", 225. Carter Jones, the junior, 5'8", 175. Drake Bailey Obergas, 5'11", 205. And Luke DeVore, 6'3", 275. The quarterback, Colt Cowling, the junior, 6'4", 185. He threw for 239 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. And we'll set the rest of the lineup, but you see Wyatt McKee stands in the shotgun on his left hip. 3 receivers come near side here to the right, 1 far side to the left. Cowling in the shotgun, puts McKee in motion. They're going to fire it out to him. He catches it in the backfield, and he gets wrapped up back there. He tries to get out of it, but this is going to be a big loss, as all over that was Braden Byer. The linebacker read it perfectly, shed a block, and brought McKee down for a loss of 7.
And right away you see a different way they're going to use McKee, and you see the team speed from Cloverleaf defensively locked in on the game plan, swarming, and that's what's going to take to get McKee on the ground.
Out there, Wyatt McKee, again, 121 rushing yards last week, 109 receiving yards. He had 3 touchdowns, and so you're going to hear his name a lot. 2nd down and 16 officially. Cowling in the shotgun. McKee on his right hip. Cowling rolls out to his right. He's looking to throw. He's looking, still looking, gets pressured, fires it downfield. And I think that ball was completed. Yes, it was. What a catch. Laying out is Braden Stanley, his first catch of the season, as he came up with a big one there for the Wildcats. And that went from 2nd long to 3rd and short. It's 3rd and 2.
And Stanley slipped on the route, got up, and made a great diving catch. They rolled the pocket to the right, and Cowling delivered a nice ball to set up a 3rd, and very manageable.
Braden Stanley, Bobby Gurick, Brendan Hagerman, Zach Taylor, all guys you'll see playing the receiver position here for Keystone. 3rd down and 2 from their own 43-yard line. It's going to be a direct snap to McKee. He tries to run left side, gets out of a tackle. He gets the edge. Now look out, because now his speed going down the sideline, across the 40, across the 30, and down near the 27-yard line goes Wyatt McKee. A huge burst for McKee. Nobody set the edge, and he took advantage.
Yeah, you said it, Michael. Nobody set the edge. It's a counter play. There really wasn't much there, but he bounced it to the outside. They don't keep that edge, and that's a staple Coach Fox play where they fake the snap. They do the direct snap to the tailback.
That's all the way down to the 27-yard line of Cloverleaf. So a big chunk play there for Keystone. That was one of your keys to the game, Mike. Cowling takes the snap on 1st down. He looks. Now he's going to roll left. He gets pressured, gets away from the pressure. Now he's still going to try to find a guy, but he gets run out of bounds right near the line of scrimmage. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the line of scrimmage, so no gain there.
And that's when Keystone can be really dangerous, is that scramble drill with Cowling, and good patience there from Cowling to just run out of bounds. Last week, similar situation. He threw a ball up for grabs on 1st down, and Norwayne picked it off. So some growth there from Cowling.
10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Opening drive for the Keystone Wildcats. As the Wyatt McKee big play has got them deep inside Cloverleaf territory. 2nd and 10 from the 27. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. McKee in the backfield with Cowling. Cowling takes a snap, play action, looking left. Now he's going to roll out to his right. Now he's got all kinds of time. Now he's going to get pressured. He's way back at the 45-yard line, still rolling around. He gets away from everybody. He's across the 30, and he goes out of bounds near the 24, maybe the 23-yard line. So you're going to give him a gain of about 3 yards there. He ran about 50. And he gained 3, and it'll be 3rd down and 7.
And really good defense and coverage in the back end by Cloverleaf. But, again, that's a scary spot to be in as a second-level defender. When do you stay in coverage? When do you come up and try to tackle the quarterback?
I have no idea how he got away from the 4 guys that were chasing him 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but he did. So here's another big play, 3rd and 7. Snap is back. Another direct snap to McKee. He gets out of a tackle. He gets brought down right near the 20-yard line. I think they're going to give him the 20-yard line. He's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 3, and that officially puts Keystone in the red zone, which is the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone, brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance on Cleveland Street in Elyria.
And here comes a different personnel package for Keystone. They're adding an offensive lineman, so they're going to kind of go with this jumbo power package, and they're going to probably direct snap it to McKee here.
And McKee is going to stand back in the quarterback position. Now they're going to huddle. Play clock still at 23, so they've got time. McKee is going to take the snap here, and he's going to be flanked on both sides. Zach Taylor on one side. Let's see. McKee's got it. He tries to run right. He gets wrapped up there, and they're still trying to push. Let's see where they mark McKee down. He gained a couple yards, but I don't think this is going to be a first down. I think he only got down to about the 19-yard line. That's where they mark him. It's going to be Cloverleaf football. They hold Keystone on 4th down.
And to me, Michael, that's just an early statement. That's Keystone saying this is what we're going to do. Cloverleaf saying no, you won't. It's strength versus strength, and big stop on downs, and you knew once they put that extra offensive lineman in, you pretty much knew the package that they were going to come out in, and Cloverleaf gets this big stop, and that's what they're going to have to do, bend but don't break.
So McKee couldn't pick up the first on 4th and 3, and here comes the Cloverleaf Colts offense. Isaac Smith, the senior. He'll stand in the pistol. He's got two running backs back there with him. He'll hand the ball off. It fumbled, and it's going to be recovered by Keystone. Just a botched handoff as Smith tried to get the ball into the gut of Kellen Price, and Kellen Price just didn't hang on to the ball. It hit the turf, and there was really nobody around it but Keystone Wildcats, and what a break for the Wildcats. And this reminds me a lot of the Medina County matchup last week when we saw Highland against Walsh. Highland stopped Walsh on 4th down and fumbled on their very first play inside the red zone.
And, we talked to Coach Voorhees on the field before the game, and he kind of said, listen, we got to play somewhat mistake-free football to beat these guys. And first play, a mistake on the ground, and now you really got to buckle down defensively and try to get a stop in this kind of sudden change situation.
8 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Cloverleaf on their very first offensive play fumbles the ball, turns it over. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Cowling stands in the shotgun, hands the ball to McKee. McKee goes up the middle, and he's hit by Byer. Byer, the first man in there, then it's a gang tackle after that, but it's going to be a loss of a yard back to the 15, and this Cloverleaf defense, outside of that one chunk play, looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, they're getting after it up front. It's a fast defense. A lot of guys run well in the back end. Experienced defense. A lot of these kids played as sophomores, and this is really the mark of a great defense here is can you get this stop when you were put in a bad situation?
Well, we talked to Brian Fox, the head coach of Keystone, before the game, and he raved about these linebackers for Cloverleaf, and so far they've been making plays. 2nd down and 11 from the 15-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. Cowling takes a snap. It's going to be a little screen to the outside. It's completed across the 15, down near the 10, maybe to the 9, and they'll mark it at the 8-yard line, so a good pickup there after it looked like that play might have been in a little bit of trouble, but a nice job, individual effort out there on the outside by his wide receiver, Brendan Hagerman. Picks up some yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 4.
And that's the 2nd or 3rd positive play Keystone has had on the edges. I think they're much more comfortable offensively playing kind of outside the numbers with their athleticism. Inside we've seen Cloverleaf is pretty stout.
3rd and 4. Ball inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. McKee stands on the left hip of Cowling. He takes the snap. He rolls left. He's getting pressured now. Nowhere to go, all the way back at the 20-yard line, and he is sacked. And is that Byer again? It is Braden Byer with a huge sack all the way back to the 20 as Cowling just had nowhere to go. And, man, I'll tell you what, Braden Byer, Mike Rush, has been making plays left and right to start this game.
Yeah, Byer's bringing it off the edge. He kind of scrapes off the edge and mirrors Cowling's ability to scramble. That time he wasn't able to get outside and wasn't able to really do anything with it, Michael. Couldn't throw it away, and it's a huge loss to set up a 4th and long and kind of no man's land for Keystone.
4th down, 17 to go. Byer's first sack of the season was a big one. Here's the offense for Keystone, 2 receivers to each side. Cowling takes a snap, drops straight back, looking deep down the field. He's going to fire it deep down the field. He's got a man wide open in the end zone, and it's incomplete as he couldn't keep his feet in bounds. He stepped on the end line at the back of the end zone. I don't know what happened to the coverage there for Cloverleaf because just breaking wide open at the end was the wide receiver for Keystone, but he couldn't keep his feet in bounds. It's incomplete, and whoa, does Cloverleaf avoid a big one there.
Yeah, blown coverage, like you said, and you dodge a bullet. You know, you make a play, and then you kind of give it back almost, but at the end of the day, you got the stop. You can kind of breathe, hopefully, and you know, one of Coach Voorhees' big keys was to sustain drives. Well, we got to hang on to it first, so they'll try to do that here.
It was Braden Stanley who ran a great route to get himself wide open, just couldn't keep his feet in. But now Cloverleaf takes over. 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Scoreless game here. Cloverleaf has only run one offensive play, and it was a fumble, so let's see if they can clean it up. Here's Isaac Smith. Kellen Price behind him. It's going to be a fake handoff. They're going to screen it out here to the outside. It's complete across the 25, out near the 30-yard line, down near the 31 is the wide receiver Ashton Gray. Kid that made quite a few good plays for this Cloverleaf team last week, I should say. He picks up 9 yards there. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, just a nice easy completion on the outside, get an easy 9.
Smith in the backfield with Elliott Jordan. And he's going to put Kellen Price in motion from left to right. He hands the ball off to Kellen Price, who runs right side, picks up a couple yards out to the 34-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down, and Cloverleaf moves the chains.
Yeah, and Price, one of the shiftier players on Cloverleaf, one of the shiftier players really in Medina County. He can run the ball. You can throw it to him. He can do a lot of different things.
Jordan in the backfield with Smith again. Price in motion from left to right. Snap is back. It's going to be a fake handoff. Smith's just going to keep it. He tries to run right side. There's not a lot of room to run, as the first person there, Kyle Hurley, was in there on the hit, and then came flying in was Zach Taylor to finish the tackle, and that's going to be a gain of just a yard to the 35.
Yeah, they tried to run jet motion and then really just counter. So good job by Keystone reading their keys, reading those pulling linemen. It's taking you right to the play.
2nd down and 9, Cloverleaf. Looking over to the sideline. Coach Justin Voorhees gets the play in. 3 receivers wide right. Nobody near side here to the left. Smith with Jordan in the backfield. Smith takes the snap. It's going to be a design run again. Straight up the middle, and again, just a gain of about a yard. There's not a lot of running room. That defensive line collapsed on that play, and there was nowhere for Isaac Smith to go, and now Cloverleaf faces a 3rd and 8 with 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and we talked about a lot of the change offensively with Keystone, but remember, they retained their former head coach, Don Griswold. He's the defensive coordinator now, so the defense stayed the same, so there's continuity there, and these guys, they're not thinking, they're just flying around.
On 3rd and 8, Smith in the shotgun. Moves his tight end from right to left. That's Byer. Smith takes the snap, drops straight back, looking to throw over the middle. He's going to fire it deep over the middle. He's got a man out there, but he just underthrows it and almost coming away with an interception. It was Mason Grams, and we've got a flag on the play near the backfield.
Yeah, underthrown ball there would have been a big play. Let's see what the flag is here.
Yeah, we had an ineligible man downfield for Cloverleaf. That penalty is going to get declined, and so we'll see. I would imagine we're going to see Cloverleaf's punt team here on 4th and 8 from their own 36-yard line, and here does come the punt team. So, yeah, that ball kind of floated on Isaac Smith there a little bit, as I don't think he got as much under it as he wanted to. And, again, Mason Grams came through, almost got an interception. It always makes you nervous, though, when you see a guy undercut a ball like that, because if he doesn't get it.
Be right.
Yeah, that's right. But he made a good play. So Wyatt McKee stands back inside his own 30, awaiting this punt. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Snap is back. Punt is away. It's wobbly, and it's towards the sideline, and it's a short punt. And there's going to be really good field position for Keystone.
You see the McKee's, he doesn't even touch the ball. They don't want to kick it to him, so you end up shanking it because you're so focused on not kicking it to him, and you kick it short out of bounds.
Well, they mark it at the 45, and that's where Keystone will take over right after we take this quick break on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Welcome back out. 4:57 to go here in the first quarter of this game between the Cloverleaf Colts and the Keystone Wildcats. And it's going to be Keystone with their 3rd possession of the game. They have been stopped on 4th downs on their previous 2, so we still have a 0-0 score. Colt Cowling, the outstanding quarterback, has Wyatt McKee in the backfield. He takes the snap. He fakes it out to McKee. Nowhere to go. Now Cowling's just got to get away from pressure, and he does across the 45, and he's dragged down into the Cloverleaf bench across midfield at the Cloverleaf 48-yard line. So give him a gain of about 7 there. Good job by Cowling. When Cloverleaf read that play and took it away, Cowling did enough to make something happen.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to set up a screen, maybe some confusion, and he's good enough to go get you 6 yards when it breaks down. At 6'3", 6'4", he's got long strides, and he can really get outside on you.
2nd down and 4 officially from the Cloverleaf 49-yard line, where most of Keystone's plays have come inside Cloverleaf territory so far to start this game. Cowling takes the snap. Oh, no, it's going to be a direct snap again. This time it's not McKee, but Caden Cologne, who is going to bounce forward through traffic, pick up a couple of yards down near the 47, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 for Keystone.
Yeah, and they really like Cologne as a back. Just 5'6", 150, just a sophomore. He played quite a bit last year as a freshman. He really runs downhill, and it's a luxury for Coach Fox that you can give McKee a break, you can put him out wide, and you know you have a capable back in Cologne.
Now McKee back into the game. We'll see what Coach Fox calls up here on 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, going back to that jumbo package or whatever you want to call it on short yardage.
So McKee is going to take this direct snap. He's got it. He's going to run left side this time. Oh, I thought he had a hole, but Byer was there waiting for him again. Byer sheds a block and brings McKee down for just a gain of 1. And again, Keystone is going to be facing a 4th and 1.
And again, that was a package that Coach Fox had at Literary Catholic. He called it the Juggernaut at EC. I'm not sure what he calls it right here, but they'll bring a couple extra offensive linemen into the game, direct snap it to your big back, and we'll see if they've got some type of pass off of that, but we may not see it here. We'll see.
I think they're still going to have the same package in. So Zach Taylor and Kyle Hurley stand in the backfield with Wyatt McKee. Play clock down to 13. On 4th down and 1, can Cloverleaf get another stop? McKee, a direct snap. He goes, but now we're going to get a penalty, as I think they never got officially set. They quick snapped it, and several guys weren't set there, Mike, so it's going to be a procedure penalty and back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem with when you don't have your quarterback in the game. Tailback, you're not used to getting set and making sure everybody's set. You just snap it. You're not used to doing that, so now it's going to back them up, and they're going to have to punt.
Well, they do send the punt team out, as that is Kyle Hurley, who stands inside his own 35. The snap is back. The punt is away. It's a pretty good one. It's going to be fielded all the way back inside the 15-yard line, out across the 15, trying to break through a tackle. The return man for Cloverleaf, just dragging guys with him. We got a flag that comes in on a play kind of away from the play. There was a kind of a big collision that happened there, and then a flag came out. But the return gets out across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Let's see what the penalty is. The officials walk ever so slowly next to each other. Let's see what we got here. We got a personal foul. And it's going to be an illegal block against Cloverleaf. So again, penalties I'm sure was a large conversation after 17 of them against Buckeye last week. They get a big one here. They should have had decent starting field position at the 28. This is going to back them up half the distance. They're going back to the 14.
Yes, 17 penalties. That's hard to believe.
And they won.
and they won, yeah. So sloppy here a little bit both ways with some key penalties, some kind of key plays here, but this one will back them up.
The officials still marking this off. 2:41 to go here. Cloverleaf about to take over deep inside their own territory again. Cloverleaf has come up big defensively. It's just up to their offense to try to catch up.
Yeah,
scoreless ball game.
Let's see if they can establish a run game and try to play action pass off of it. That's been a big part of who they've been historically through the years. They feel like they have the advantage up front, so we'll see.
Isaac Smith stands in the shotgun inside his own 10-yard line. He takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff. It's Price. He makes one man miss. He gets across the 15, still fighting forward, and he goes down near the 18-yard line. So give him a gain of 4 there on 1st down, and it'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Keystone's weapons and all the guys they have, but this Cloverleaf team as well has got several weapons. A lot of different guys. They're very versatile. They've played in different systems offensively through the years, so a lot of these guys are interchangeable.
Clock just about at 2 minutes here of this opening quarter. Again, scoreless ball game. Cloverleaf just trying to get something going offensively. Isaac Smith in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Handoff goes to Price again. He runs left side and he gets hammered. And coming in to make that tackle is Wyatt McKee as he tackles him right at the line of scrimmage. It's no gain on second down. It's 3rd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, Cloverleaf just tried to run their patented counter play, and McKee just runs right by the pullers and is able to blow that up. He's a weapon on both sides of the ball. Really 3 phases we've seen him show up already.
Minute 30 to go. Opening quarter, 3rd down at 6. It's a big play here. Cloverleaf really hasn't had the ball much of this first quarter. They need to sustain some kind of drive. Isaac Smith takes the snap. It's high. He's going to fire it out to the right. It's completed. It's near the chains, but it's going to come up a little bit. Oh, no, actually, they're going to say it was caught right at the chains. And so the catch was made out there by Jimmy Tully right at the sticks, and they're going to give him a 1st down.
Yeah, kind of a interesting sequence. The high snap, but Tully at 6'2", 200 pounds, almost like a basketball player, just boxes out the corner and is able to go up and get it and kind of fight, and they give him the 1st down. So just like you said, Michael, kind of breathe a little bit, move the chains, possess the ball.
And what a job by Isaac Smith there. That's a timing route, just a quick little hitch route, and he had to go up and one-hand the snap, and he still got the ball out on time. Smith takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Price. He cuts up the middle. Now he cuts back to the outside, cuts back up the middle, and he's brought down right near the 30 out to the 31-yard line. So that'll give him 7 yards there on 1st down.
Yeah, we talked about Price being shifty, and that's that jet sweep. It's supposed to hit on the outside, but a nice little cut kind of puts his head down, is able to get 7.
Clock ticking down, under 30 seconds to go. Now there's a high snap, and it's over the head of Smith. He races back to get it, and he just has to fall on it inside the 20 at the 16-yard line. A huge loss there. Again, they were facing 2nd and short, and now they're going to be facing 3rd and very long. And that should be, and it will be, how this first quarter ends. So the sloppy play offensively continues for Cloverleaf. Their defense has been heroic, but these 2 teams battling it out. It's 0-0 at the end of 1. We'll be back with more right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Get back to school savings on over 150 new Chevrolets, all backed by our clear, transparent pricing at Valley Chevrolet of Wellington. No games, no gimmicks, just prices you can trust. Drive a new Chevy Trailblazer for $259 a month, a new 2027 Equinox for $329 a month, or a new Silverado for $369 a month. Plus mobile pickup and delivery for service. Valley Chevrolet of Wellington, home of the Valley Advantage. And $1,000 more for your trade.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Buckeye.
Welcome on back here to Cloverleaf High School, where we've got a scoreless game heading in to the second quarter. Michael Keefe, Mike Rush joining you from the home of the Colts here on this perfect late August night. And Cloverleaf just put themselves in a really good position after their defense stood up. They looked like they were getting their offense going, and then the last play of the first quarter was a bad snap over the head of Smith for a big loss, and they're going to open up this quarter facing a 3rd down and 18 from their own 16-yard line.
Yeah, second time we've seen the ball on the ground for the Colts, and now 3rd and 18, so you're maybe thinking screen, draw, something like that, just try to get some yards back.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Isaac Smith stands in the shotgun. He's got Elliott Jordan with him. He's got the snap. Smith has time, floats it left down the middle, and there's contact there, but no flags come out as he just kind of threw it into coverage, looking for Ashton Gray. Gray didn't really have a chance to go up and get it. The ball fell harmlessly incomplete, and it's going to be 4th and 18.
Yeah, just kind of putting the ball in harm's way, right up the seam, hoping your guy can go make a play, and some incidental contact, and set up a 4th and 18 in the punting unit.
That's a good job by the officials.
Yeah.
You know, I criticize them sometimes. That's a good job. There was contact there, and if it was a competitive play, I think you maybe got a flag there because there was early contact, but when you just throw the ball up into a group of people, you can't give a flag.
Sometimes judgment has to come into play and common sense, and I'm glad it did there.
So another punt coming up for the Colts. Last one was short and out of bounds. This one's going to be short again, as it's going to land out of bounds into the Colts bench right near the 45-yard line. The official's going to mark this one off. I don't know that he really needs to. The ball landed right on the sideline, and he didn't even mark it off correctly. That's all right. It's going to be Keystone ball at the Cloverleaf 47 as, again, Keystone, their offense has been on the field a lot more than Cloverleaf's has in this game, but it's been that Cloverleaf defense that has been able to stand up when the moments got big.
Yeah, they've been able to stand up. They've been playing on their side of the field so far the whole game. Clearly the direction to the punter is kick it out of bounds, don't let Wyatt McKee touch it, so you're going to give up maybe some field position with it.
So here we go, Keystone with another possession. First one of the second quarter here. It's a play action. It's a deep pass down the middle of the field. Way down there is two players, and this one's intercepted. What a play by Cloverleaf, and then the ball is fumbled. Cloverleaf will pick it up, and let's see what happens here across the 20, across the 25. That was madness out there. Kellen Price makes the interception as the ball was underthrown. He reaches up with his left hand, tips it up, and then intercepts it. Then he comes back and fumbles it. But Adam Gray comes back and recovers the fumble, and after all the madness is complete, Cloverleaf with a huge play. They're going to get the ball. And what are we saying? Where are we marking? All right, there we go, at the 25-yard line.
Michael, what a sequence, and you recapped it great. I mean, great ball skills by Price. Yes, it was underthrown. You tip it to yourself. You fumble it, able to fall on it. This game's had a lot of twists and turns so far, and once again, that defense from Cloverleaf stands up. Despite kind of some sloppy play from their offense. So we'll see if they can capitalize.
So Kellen Price stands on the right hip. Now he moves over to the left hip of Isaac Smith. Cloverleaf ball, 1st and 10 from their 25. Jordan goes in motion from right to left. Snap is back. It's a keeper. Smith runs left side, gets across the line of scrimmage, and then dives forward for a gain of 3 out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah,
They'll bring up 2nd down.
That was Zane Trent, sophomore, starting corner, listed as a quarterback as well. So a little different look there. Number 12, Zane Trent in.
Yeah, you caught it, though. Zane Trent, 5'10", 185-pound sophomore. He is still in the game, as he's got Jordan in the backfield with him. Ashton Gray, right side. Kellen Price out far left.
Cloverleaf sticking with this double tight end look.
Trent on 2nd down. He's going to hand the ball off, and there's just nowhere to go. Keystone, that front of Keystone has been really good to start this game. The handoff went to Jordan, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. But those 3 guys up front, Mike Rush, John Falte, Luke DeVore, and Jack Bolton for the Keystone Wildcats have been really good.
And those are returning guys, for Coach Grizz on the defensive side. And I think Cloverleaf, the big key for me coming in was could they set up 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable, and keep their drives going. But 3rd and 7 is not really where they want to be.
Zane Trent still in the game. He takes the snap. He drops back. He's going to roll right. He's going to fire to the right side here. That ball is completed, and the feet were in. What a play there by Ashton Gray out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And how about that throw from Zane Trent?
Yeah, right on the money. Great hands by Gray, kind of doing a little toe tap. He knew where the chains were. They're able to keep it moving. And Michael, I feel like we've been calling the Gray twins names, and I think there was a brother before that for years over here at Cloverleaf.
Maximum 4 years.
That's true.
10 minutes to go here in the first half. Cloverleaf with the ball on 1st down at their own 36. Trent has it. He runs right side. Now he's got some blockers in front of him across the 40. Dives forward to the 44-yard line. A good run there by Zane Trent. And that'll set up a 2nd and short. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and we'll see if this Cloverleaf offense can get a little bit of a rhythm there with the QB counter.
Trent takes a snap again. He keeps it again. Right side, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but a really nice play made there in the backfield by John Falte, the senior. That's going to be a run of no gain, and it'll bring up 3rd down and short.
And this is kind of where Cloverleaf wants to live in this 3rd and short, but again, they're a no-huddle team, but they have the ability to control tempo. They can take their time when they need to, and that previous sequence, they can go faster as well.
Zane Trent, again, sophomore. Last time he threw the ball, it looked pretty good. Let's see what they do here on 3rd down and short. 3rd and 2. Trent hands it off to Jordan. He runs left side, fights forward. He's going to get the 1st down. Then he breaks free and dives all the way out to midfield. And that's where he finally gets brought down. But a good run there by Elliott Jordan for a 1st down. And Cloverleaf keeps this drive moving with 9 minutes to go in the first half.
And that's just some tough running by Jordan, the 6'1", 210-pound junior. there wasn't a lot there, and he's able to drag defenders for an extra 2 or 3 yards.
1st and 10 from midfield. Jordan and Price in the backfield with Trent. Trent takes a snap. He's looking to throw. He pump fakes. Now he's going to fire deep into double coverage. He's looking for Ashton Gray, and the ball's going to go incomplete. Gray did a good job of just kind of getting his body in there in that double coverage to make sure no defender came away with it. But that's a decision you might want to rethink if you're Zane Trent.
Well, they tried to run a hitch and go to Gray, and Keystone did not bite at all. In fact, they had double coverage. And, again, you just throw it up, try to make a play, but putting it in harm's way, and like you said, Gray kind of turning into a defender there.
So that makes it 2nd and 10, ball at midfield. Cloverleaf gets the play in. Trent with Kellen Price on his right hip, takes a snap, hands it off to Price. He runs left side, following some blockers across midfield. He's going to gain only about 2 yards. Again, that Keystone defensive front has been really good on those run plays. And now it's another 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 coming up for the Cloverleaf Colts.
Yeah, and we talked about it again, Coach Griswold on the defensive side and all the energy he brings, and now he can just focus. And we talked to him on the field beforehand, and he seemed very happy with his role, and he's inspiring this defense.
Snap is back. Trent's got it. He rolls right. He's looking down the field. Now he's going to tuck it. He's going to get across midfield, but he's going to get brought down right at the 46-yard line, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 6. And Trent got hit hard. He's a bit slow to get up.
Yeah, slow to get up. Quick to pull it and run there. Didn't see anything open. Just tried to get positive yards. He sets up this interesting spot on the field here.
They're moving quickly. Trent on 4th and 6. Trying to get Keystone to jump off sides, and instead it's big number 76, Jameer Johnson, that false starts, and here comes the punt squad for the Cloverleaf Colts.
Yeah, you're just trying to get an easy 5, except the only problem is you're giving 5 away, and now it's a very easy decision to bring your punt unit on, and we've seen this punter, struggle with trying to not kick it to McKee, so we'll see what they do here.
Especially here in a game like this, Mike, field position matters, and so if you can flip the field, what just happened there?
Some gloves came out.
Gloves came out. It's going to be confusing. That looks like flags on the field. All right. Wyatt McKee in the game. Going to try to get a return. Now we're going to have a flag as we're going to back Cloverleaf up. No, I think this is a flag.
Yeah,
I think this is going to back Cloverleaf up a couple more yards. Or no? Is he going to say his knee was down?
Pointing to the ground.
No flag. But he's saying his knee was down. Oh, my gosh.
That's
a chance to flip the field, and instead Austin Susserstick went down to pick up the punt, and he put his knee on the ground, and he couldn't get it off the ground in time. He's down at the 39-yard line of Cloverleaf, and that's where Keystone is going to take over.
And once again, Keystone's dominating field position in this scoreless game, but that's a tough one. This defense has stood up all game, and that's another way they're going to have to overcome another kind of sloppy mistake there.
So 8:15 to go here in the first half. 0-0 is the score. Keystone takes over after another Cloverleaf mistake. They take over in Cloverleaf territory. It's going to be a direct snap to McKee. He sees a hole on the right side. Now he bounces it to the outside. He's across the 35, fighting forward around the 30, and he's brought down at the 29-yard line. That's going to be a 10-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, and you just kind of hold your breath if you're a Cloverleaf fan or supporter when you see McKee cut and try to bounce, and you're trying to corral him. He's so elusive and powerful as well. He's able to kind of take nothing and go get you a first down.
1st and 10, Keystone from the Cloverleaf 29-yard line. Calling with McKee on his left hip. So going to be another direct snap, a little counter play. McKee makes a man miss, then hurdles a man over the middle of the field, makes a few more men miss, and he's brought all the way down inside the 15 to the 10-yard line, where he's finally corralled. But that was an electric run for Wyatt McKee.
And once he gets to that second level, again, you're just trying to corral him, get him on the ground. He's able to kind of do that little step over, hurdle, whatever you want to call it. And Keystone's in business, 1st and goal inside the Cloverleaf 10-yard line.
Yeah, they're at the 9, which means, of course, they are in the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone. Stewart's TV and Appliance on Cleveland Street in Elyria. Snap is back on 1st down. This is going to be a handoff to Cologne. He's got a hole, and he's going to bounce his way 9 yards into the end zone. A good run there, good vision there by Cologne. And finally, Keystone takes advantage of a Cloverleaf mistake. They punch it into the end zone, and they've got the game's first score.
And again, Michael, you said it. You can only play on your side of the field so long and ask your defense to get stop after stop after you've put them in unfortunate situations. And there, Keystone finally punches it in. Again, the 1-2 punch of McKee and Cologne. You can spell McKee, and Cologne can rumble for a 9-yard touchdown.
You know, it's such a distinct difference. McKee, big, strong, fast. He's a much better runner this year as they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, and they did this all last week against Norway in this jumbo formation.
So McKee, again, he's going to be set to take the snap on the 2-point conversion. He's got it, runs right up the middle, and he's hammered in the backfield. Looks like nobody even blocked about 3 Cloverleaf Colts, so the 2-point conversion is not successful, but the touchdown counts anyways. Keystone on the board. They lead it 6-0. We'll be back with more right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
It's 4th and go time, and there's no better playbook than a new Ford from Mike Bass Ford. Whether you're looking to make a big drive across town or just need a solid lineup of trucks and SUVs blocking for your family, Mike Bass Ford has got you covered. No penalty flags, no fumbles.
Shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
Back here at Cloverleaf High School, where the hometown Colts now find themselves in a hole. They are trailing 6-0 to the Keystone Wildcats. 7:18 to go here in the first half. Michael Keefe, Mike Rush joining you from the home of the Colts on this beautiful night at this beautiful facility. And now we got to figure out if the Colts can get something going offensively.
Yeah, and it's been self-inflicted mistakes. Yes, Keystone's playing solid defense, but you know, your punter goes down on a knee, you fumble, and there's no contact earlier in the game. You have a high snap, so a lot of self-inflicted mistakes.
Look at Keystone. Cloverleaf is ready for it. Keystone started the game against Norway last week with an onside kick. Took Norway off guard. They recovered it. Look at where everybody is lining up for Cloverleaf here. There are 10 men lined up, all within 10 yards of another to make sure that doesn't happen to them. And so here we go. Here comes the EcoTree Services kickoff. It is kicked away. Lands near the 15, fielded at the 14, across the 20, across the 25, and out of bounds right at the 30-yard line is the return man for Cloverleaf. That's Chris Gilliland. And that's where the Colts will take over. And as always, our kickoff's brought to you by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company.
Yeah, we'll see if Cloverleaf sticks with Zane Trent here.
They are.
They're very excited about him, just a sophomore, so we'll see what he can do and see if they can air it out a little bit.
Zane Trent back in the game. They were able to move the ball a little bit, but again, more mistakes for Cloverleaf last time. They had a chance to flip the field. Another mistake happened. They couldn't do it. And now they find themselves behind in this game. Let's see what they do here offensively. Trent in the backfield with Jordan. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it to Jordan. Left side, he's got a hole across the 30, across the 35, breaks a tackle, across the 40, across the 45. And Elliott Jordan is brought down at the 47 or the 48-yard line. Good run there by Elliott Jordan to pick up 18 yards and best offensive play of the game so far for Cloverleaf.
Yeah, it looked like just kind of zone left, blocking up front. Good job by the guys up front. And Jordan runs hard. He's able to hit the hole.
Trent in the shotgun. This time it's going to be Price. Price runs right, then cuts up. Going to pick up about a yard to the 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. It's been a tough go for Kellen Price so far this season. He finished last game 10 carries, 22 yards. It's kind of looked the same in this game. He's just, again, he's running hard, but those holes are not staying open very long for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough offensively so far through 6 quarters for Cloverleaf, whether it was penalties or, missed assignments.
Trent's going to fire it over here towards the sideline. The ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage. It falls incomplete. He had Byer and Gray in the area, but again, the defender got his hand on the ball. And now Cloverleaf is where they don't want to be in a 3rd down and long. 3rd and 9 from their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, and we talked with Coach Fox on the field, and, both these programs are challenging themselves in the non-league. I mean, Keystone going from Norway to Cloverleaf. Next week they've got Buckeye. Cloverleaf, of course, Buckeye, and Keystone here tonight. So really challenging themselves.
On 3rd and 9, Trent takes a snap, drops straight back, fires it over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. It's Byer, who was down near the 43-yard line. So I think they're going to say he came up about a yard short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 1, and the offense is going to stay on the field here for Cloverleaf in Keystone territory.
Yeah, Byer, the tight end, just a little sit route here, setting up this 4th and short as we've got a whistle.
And the clock stopped there. 6:12 to go in the half. Now the clock is moving. So 4th down and 1. Trent awaits the snap. Big play here. Trying to draw him off sides. Not able to do it. Now he looks over to his coach. Gets a call from Coach Voorhees. Plenty of time on the play clock. Snap is back. Trent takes it, and he's going to have a first down as he plows forward just shy of the 40-yard line. So he needed 1. He picked up 3, and this drive continues for Cloverleaf. It's been their best offensive drive so far.
Yeah, you can tell they tried to go with a little hard count there, just as long as they didn't jump like they did last series. And nobody moved, and they're able to reset. Coach Voorhees gives them the play. And best drive, like you said. Let's see if they can cash in on Keystone's side of the field.
You might have seen Justin Voorhees' head explode on if they would have jumped on that 4th and 1. Snap is back on the first down play. Quarterback keeper Trent's got room, and he's got blockers across the 30, across the 25, and brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. A good run there, and what a great job of setting up a wall of blockers for Cloverleaf. And now they're running no huddle as they go in to the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone for the first time. And now we're going to get a flag as we're going to have a procedural penalty. They're going to call. I think they're saying it's a false start, but I never even saw him line up. So maybe one of the offensive linemen got down and then moved real quick or something like that. But they're going to get hit with a false start. And again, they're taking a lot of steps forward. They got to find a way to stop taking steps backwards.
Yeah, another penalty to kind of dispute their best play of the game. But talk about number 76, Jameer Johnson, the left tackle, 6 foot 265. He was the pulling lineman on the previous play, and he's able to clear a lot of space when he pulls.
Clock ticks under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. It's 6-0 Keystone. Cloverleaf threatening, though. They've got the ball 1st and 15, and now we're going to get a, what are we getting?
Timeout, looks like.
No. Well, unless it's defense.
Somebody called timeout.
Let's see. We got Justin Voorhees out on the field.
Some with the play
arguing.
clock.
I think the play clock didn't reset when they were supposed to reset it.
Yeah.
And Justin Voorhees went out and got their attention. Keystone thought a timeout got called, but it didn't. So 4:48 to go. The clock is running, and we're finally going to get a play now. And Zane Trent lines up. Elliott Jordan on his right hip. Trent puts Kellen Price in motion. He takes the snap, gives the ball. No, he's going to keep it. It's going to be he's looking to throw. Now he's going to run to the outside. He's getting chased by Falte out there. He's going to get hit hard across the 20 down to the 17-yard line. So he gets about 6 yards back after the penalty. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Trent gets nailed just running, trying to find some green turf, and he pays for it.
Nice job there. John Falte, 6'4", 220-pounder on the edge. Really kept up with him and made it hard on Zane Trent to get the edge. It's going to be a handoff. It's Ashton Gray who gets out across the 15 and is spun down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. So that's a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, once again, you kind of see that jet sweep. Supposed to hit outside, but Keystone does a nice job of setting the edge, and they're able to cut it back in, sets up this 3rd and 4.
I think that was Ashton Gray's first carry of the game. He had 14. He was their leading rusher last week, 14 carries, 88 yards. As the clock down to 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half, Keystone looking to get their first points on the board. 3rd down and 5. Trent in the shotgun. Puts Price in motion. Now he takes the snap. He's going to run right side, and there's nowhere to go. First one in there to make that tackle was big 64 Riley Jackson. 5'11", 210-pounder, blew that thing up in the backfield, and it's going to be 4th down and about 7.
And we've got kicker Austin Sesteric coming in.
It's got the leg. It's got more than enough leg. It's perfect right down the middle, and Cloverleaf is on the board after a good drive. Susterstick puts it through, and that makes it 6-3 in favor of Keystone. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love. In healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Back here at Cloverleaf High School, we're getting ready for another EcoTree Services kickoff. EcoTree Services is your trusted tree care company. 6-3 Keystone, as this is going to be a botched, kind of like a line drive kick that hit one of the blockers for Keystone. And man, oh man, did he do a great job of recovering from that and falling on the ball, as that was almost a perfect kick from Cloverleaf. It hit the blocker for Keystone right on the chest, and I thought for sure Cloverleaf was going to recover that, and instead, great job by Mehmet Ulupinar for Keystone of falling on that ball and keeping possession for his team.
Yeah, and a lot of times during the week in scouting, you'll scout guys on the other team's kick return unit, and who are some people maybe you can kick it at and pick on a little bit, but they're able to fall on it, the Wildcats.
So we're going to go empty formation here. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Cole Cowling back in the game. Shotgun, throws it over the middle, completed, and room to run there across the 50, breaking through tackles, breaking through more tackles out across the 40, and finally brought down is Zach Taylor. Just violent running going on here for the Keystone Wildcats on their last couple possessions, and it's going to be first down for Keystone inside Cloverleaf territory, and then we're going to get a timeout as Cloverleaf's coaching staff wants to talk things over. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Welcome on back out of the timeout. First down and 10 for Keystone in Cloverleaf territory at the 38-yard line. Keystone with a 6-3 lead. 2:25 to go here in this first half as Cowling fires it over to the far side, and it wasn't a bad throw. It hit his receiver in the hands, but it falls incomplete, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and if you're Cloverleaf defensively here, you're just trying to survive. Obviously, plenty of time left. You're just trying to survive against these, we know Keystone's going to airing it out here with all these weapons that they have, and they're going empty once again.
2:23 to go, 2nd and 10 from the 38. Cowling, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. He takes a snap, looks to throw, fires it over to the near side, and it's off the hands of his intended receiver and intercepted. Kellen Price comes up with the pick as Cowling fired that ball, and his receiver couldn't hang on to it. It went off his hands, and Kellen Price makes a nice diving catch to get the ball back for Cloverleaf with 2:19 to go in the first half.
Well, Michael, forget what I said. They're not trying to survive. They're trying to go make a play, get a turnover. Now they've got plenty of time. 2:19. They get the ball, right, to start the second half, so they're going to try to double up here a little bit.
So Zane Trent stays in the game for the Cloverleaf Colts as they've got it 1st and 10 at their own 30 off the interception. 2:19 to go, first half. Trailing 6-3. Trent's got it. He's going to throw left side, and he's got it complete out there. It's Byer across the 35 to the 38-yard line, and Cloverleaf's going to be moving quickly here as the clock ticks down under 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, just a little hitch route to Byer. Get an easy 8.
There's going to be a run play here for Cloverleaf as this ball's out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down as they gave it to Adam Gray. And that moves the sticks. 1:55 and counting. Cloverleaf getting the play in. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Zane Trent stands in the shotgun, puts Kellen Price in motion, and takes a snap, rolls right. Looking down the field, he's got a man, but he throws it behind him. He was looking for Ashton Gray. Couldn't hit him. Stops the clock at 1:41. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Gray just slips on the turf there. Set up this 2nd and 10.
Cloverleaf a little time to get this play in. They'll stay in a shotgun formation. They'll keep Adam Gray in the backfield with Zane Trent. 1 receiver left, 3 near side here to the right. And it's a bad snap again, and it's all the way back to the 25-yard line. And Zane Trent has to go back and fall on the ball at the 22-yard line with 1:34 to go. And now you'll get a timeout from Keystone as they now think they might be able to get the ball back in with some time on the clock and in good field position. So we'll take a quick timeout here, and we'll be back with more on WEOL.com on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Back here after another big negative play for Cloverleaf. They now face a 3rd and 28 out of this timeout. 1:34 to go here in the first half. It's 6-3 Keystone in the lead. And now Keystone looking for a big play of their own to try to get the ball back to get more points before the half. Trent takes the snap, rolls left. He goes to throw, and the ball's hit out of his hands as he's throwing. And it looks like they're going to say it was a fumble. It looks like Cloverleaf fell on the ball. But a big hit there as Trent was trying to throw the ball. And now it looks like Trent is down after the play. He got absolutely crushed. As the ball came out, Cloverleaf fell on it all the way inside the 20 at the 16-yard line. But that's going to bring up 4th and a mile. And unfortunately, Zane Trent still down on the field as the medical staff will go tend to him. But what a hit there, Mike Rush.
Yeah, and that was tough because his whole body was exposed. He's in the throwing motion. There's really no way at all to brace yourself. And that guy, Wyatt McKee, when he hits you, you feel it. And Trent is down here. And fortunate for Cloverleaf, they hang on to the football.
So we're gonna step away here for a second as they tend to Zane Trent. Hopefully the young man's all right, but we'll be back with the final 1:22 of this half right after this on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Get back to school savings on over 150 new Chevrolets, all backed by our clear, transparent pricing at Valley Chevrolet of Wellington. No games, no gimmicks, just prices you can trust. Drive a new Chevy Trailblazer for $259 a month, a new 2027 Equinox for $329 a month, or a new Silverado for $369 a month. Plus mobile pickup and delivery for service. Valley Chevrolet of Wellington, home of the Valley Advantage. And $1,000 more for your trade.
Back here at Cloverleaf High School, and you can see on the screen there, Zane Trent up and walking off very gingerly, but up and walking off under his own power nonetheless. And so where does that put things after that? Another negative play and another big defensive play for Keystone. 1:22 to go in the first half. It's a 6-3 Keystone lead, and now Cloverleaf's going to have to send their punt team out. As they're signaling a timeout for Keystone now, but Keystone had already taken the timeout, so they should be able to just kind of come out and get ready for this punt. It is now 4th down and 34, Mike.
And Keystone set up once again to have the ball on Cloverleaf's side of the field. I feel like they've lived on their side of the field despite the score only being 6-3. So many negative plays, Michael, from Cloverleaf. Now that one was a play Keystone made.
Yes.
Some of the others were just, bad snaps or you fumble with no contact. And, that's all going to have to be cleaned up here at halftime. You're just trying to get to halftime. If you're Cloverleaf, kind of regroup, you're going to ask your defense once again to go get a big stop against a Keystone, passing attack that just threw an interception, but we know they've got game breakers over there.
So now out of the timeout officially, there's the ever-dangerous Wyatt McKee standing right near midfield as Seserstik stands at his own 5-yard line getting ready to punt this one away. Now if you're Cloverleaf, you're just hoping you get the snap back to the punter, which they do. And he gets it away, and it's a high kick, and this is going to be a chance for McKee. Although it was a good kick near the sideline, McKee fields it, and he's going to get brought down on the Cloverleaf side of the 50-yard line. So really good job of punt coverage there. Good punt there by Seserstik, and it's going to be Keystone ball at the Cloverleaf 48-yard line to start this drive.
Yeah, great placement on the kick, great coverage. Now they're going to have to stand up in a kind of a 2-minute situation defensively and keep everything in front of them and try to tackle up.
So here come the Keystone Wildcats. And again, you imagine we're going to see that passing offense with just 1:11 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, trips down here right in front of us.
Cole Colling has McKee in the backfield with him. Again, ball officially at the 49 of Cloverleaf. Colling's got it, drops back, he fires, far sideline, nobody out there, as it looked like he thought his intended receiver, Bobby Gurich, was going to break a little sooner than he did, and the ball falls incomplete at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Michael Cowling, for a big kid, about 6'3", I saw this last week, he's got different arm slots when he throws, and, you know, sometimes, you know, being a taller guy, sometimes just throwing it over the top, but a lot of times he'll go down and do a sidearm.
So on 2nd down and 10, Cowling's got it. He's going to fire far sideline again, and again, just not on the same page with his intended receiver, as that time it's Braden Stanley, who Stanley just took off on a fly route down the field, and it looked like Cowling was expecting him to break to the outside.
Yeah, not on the same page, and, you know, you only get so much time during the week of practice to kind of practice these types of situations, and 2 different guys saw different things, and that's how you have that.
Same formation here, 3rd and 10. Colling's got it, drops back. This time he's getting pressured, but now he's got time, and he's going to fire back over the middle of the field. The ball falls incomplete as Colling went into the bench, and it's 4th and 10. So just like that, that Cloverleaf defense came back to life. And after a couple miscommunication plays, that time they got to Cowling, they forced his hand, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and he got nailed over on the sideline and kind of dangerously throws it back across his body, not knowing really what's there. And once again, this Cloverleaf defense stands up in a you know, somewhat otherwise sloppy first half, but there's been a lot of really good defense as well.
Kyle Hurley, the punter for Keystone, stands back near his 35-yard line. Jimmy Tully is back to return it, and it's almost blocked as it was a low snap, but Hurley gets it away, and it's a beaut. It lands around the 10-yard line, bounces down inside the 5-yard line, all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that is where Keystone falls on it. So you can't even, if you are Cloverleaf right now, you can't even have an easy end of the half where you just go regroup. Now you're in the danger zone. You got to be able to run a couple plays here from the 1-yard line.
And they're primarily a shotgun team. So
yes.
You're either going to have to do something you're not used to and get under center and sneak it, or again, like you said, kind of that dangerous situation. Are you going to be in the gun and snap it all the way back? Nothing's come easy in this first half for sure.
45 seconds to go. Cloverleaf with the ball, trailing 6-3. They've got it at their 1-yard line. And again, I would imagine Justin Voorhees just wants to get into the half for them to regroup, but
they'll be in the gun.
A little bit of sweaty palms time here. Good news, Zane Trent back in the game. He's in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He hands it off. Hit right at the goal line, but they say he got out.
Yeah, just barely.
And back to the line of scrimmage. Barely. And, oh, man, was that a big hit from Keystone. As I think that was Hurley that came in there. He just punted the ball. Yeah. And then he came in and made that big hit right near the goal line, but they say he got out, and Keystone will take a timeout with 36 seconds to go. So we'll take a quick timeout here. It's WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step, and they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
Out of the timeout. That was Keystone's last timeout. So right now, if you're Cloverleaf, all you got to do is get this ball out of the end zone, and you can take this thing to the half. 36 seconds to go. Keystone leads 6-3. Cloverleaf has it at their 1 yard line. 2nd down and 10. Trent hands the ball off. Hit in the end zone again, but this time spinning out to the 5 yard line is a fullback, Adam Gray. So Gray gets out of the danger zone, and now the clock can tick down, and both teams will make their way off the field on a wild, interesting, ugly, all kinds of weird first half here at Cloverleaf High School. In the end, it's the Keystone Wildcats ahead of the Cloverleaf Colts by a score of 6-3. When we come back, we will have the Lorain County Community College halftime show where we'll talk about what we saw in the first half. We've got a special guest jumping into the box with us here for a little bit. We'll get you scores from the area and so much more. It's all happening right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love. In healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
It's 4th and go time, and there's no better playbook than a new Ford from Mike Bass Ford. Whether you're looking to make a big drive across town or just need a solid lineup of trucks and SUVs blocking for your family, Mike Bass Ford has got you covered. No penalty flags, no fumbles, so don't punt on your next vehicle. Touchdown at Mike Bass Ford today. Mike Bass Ford, proud to be on your team.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Back at halftime from Cloverleaf High School, Keystone leads Cloverleaf 6-3 in a interesting, at times sloppy game here in the first half. And we want to bring in a special guest. We've got John Carmigiano. He is the head girls basketball coach here at Cloverleaf. But John, you wear many hats here, and you've worn many hats over the years. So kind of tell our listeners, our viewers, all the hats that you're wearing, and kind of tonight you're involved in a production as well. So
yeah, thanks for having me here. Cloverleaf's just such a special place. I've been here since the late 90s, and this, you can't ask for a better night than this, like a full crowd here on our home side, and just, you know, a great night to watch some football. So this is what I love about Cloverleaf. Yeah, I've done a little bit of everything. I coach girls basketball right now. I'm coaching girls golf. I do the fall play with our new facilities here, which is just amazing. As I was sitting up here before I came in and just looking around our campus, this is like almost like a college campus when you look around. Yeah.
John, let's keep it with the facilities. I've only been here a handful of times, but every time I come here, I'm so impressed with the facilities, the people here, the way you're treated. Talk about that. You've been here for a long time. The synergy that you have with the department, Coach Voorhees, and really everybody here at Cloverleaf.
Yeah, I grew up in Chardon, so this is a lot like Chardon for me, being out here in the country. Our facilities really are second to none right now. They're building so many things. Even right behind us here, they're building a brand new building that's going to have a new wrestling room, wrestling lockers. golf simulators. It's going to have baseball and softball cages, our board offices. So it's just such a beautiful campus, and they're doing a great job. And, yeah, the people here are great. Like, for instance, we're all so close. Coach Voorhees coaches on our girls basketball staff, so he's a middle school basketball coach for me, does a great job of getting the girls prepared for high school. And so it's just fun. Like, you can walk in, hey, Coach, how are things looking for tonight? And Fridays are always a great day in the fall here at Cloverleaf.
John, I want to stay with basketball and girls basketball, and I want to kind of pivot to the Joe Tate Classic. I know you guys have had that for several years out here, and I know WEOL has covered some of those games through the years. So kind of take our listeners, our viewers through the kind of the origins of that. I know it's a big event. It's a day-long, weekend-long event. Kind of talk about the history of it, and then if you could, kind of this year's plans, if you can talk about them, who's coming in to play.
Yeah, for sure. This is an event that was kind of imagined by a Cloverleaf grad, Scott Malarkey. He met Joe Tate, and we all started to talk a little bit. I can remember a couple of years before Joe passed, he came and announced a game here at our school. He was the PA guy, and I was just in awe. I was standing next to the Joe Tate the whole game, and he was right there. And he's just such a gentleman. We all grew up with him, so it was kind of just one of those cool moments. And Tim Alcorn always talks about, who's his good friend, talks about how Joe just loved Cloverleaf sports. He loved Cloverleaf girls basketball. So he said he would be just as happy, if not happier, being in our gym watching a girls basketball game than even calling a Cavs game or something. So we wanted to do something special for Joe, and so Scott and I got together. We started imagining, hey, what could we do to honor him? And then we thought, well, hey, we could play some clips, and we kind of took our idea from the Classic in the Country, which is a big tournament during Martin Luther King weekend, and we decided we'll just play Joe Tate clips instead of MLK clips, and then have a day where we bring our whole community together, and it's turned into just something amazing. We actually have all of our youth teams play. It's a couple days after Christmas. This year it's the Sunday, Monday after Christmas, and it's just all the way up through boys and girls, middle school, high school, and it's pretty just amazing what it's grown into. And we just kind of rotate around who we bring in and stuff, and it's a little bit different every year. But this year, I know for sure that our girls, JV and varsity, we're going to go against North Olmsted on the Sunday, and for the first time we're going to play 2 games, and the next day we've paired the girls with Black River community. So it's just an event that everybody comes to. It's a great time because everybody's in town. You can watch, come as a family and a community and watch basketball, and also pay tribute to such a legend, Joe Tate.
John, you've coached numerous sports through the years. I know you've been an official as well on the basketball side. What is it about high school sports, youth sports that you love, that you keep coming back for, and you connect with year after year?
Yeah, it's just such a great opportunity to work with our student athletes, and I think that you can teach them so many life lessons. It's not about the sport always, but you're growing together in different ways, whether you're learning life things. We talk about teaching them to advocate for themselves, to not rely on their parents as much. If you have something, you come and talk to us, and I think that you prepare them for life. And high school sports is just amazing to me. There's so many problems that you run into at times in college sports and in pro sports, but it's just such pure energy and so genuine, and it's been my life, so I've enjoyed it.
John, let's talk a little basketball season. The basketball season will be here before you know it. Obviously, we're in a dead period now, but we'll be getting going. We start at Avon Lake on Tuesday with our fall workouts, so I know you had a lot of success last year. You've had a lot of success through the years here at Cloverleaf. Kind of give us a mini preview of the Colts this year and kind of reflect maybe a little bit on last year.
Yeah, it's an exciting year. We did have a great year. We had 6 seniors last year. I think roughly we went 18-6 and made it out there and played a great game against a strong Streetsboro team in the playoffs. Almost pulled that off, but This year's team is very exciting. The things that we just talked about and that you asked about, the girls were great this summer. They worked so well together. They seemed like they were having fun. When you lose that many seniors, it's new opportunities, and so a lot of kids were stepping up. We had several freshmen that came up and played with us in the summertime that are really exciting, great athletes, and we're definitely going to get to work too. We got a couple of weeks and we start our workouts right after Labor Day, so it's an exciting time. One of the kids told me today, I put out the schedule for the season, all the scrimmages and all the games and everything, and she was like, oh my God, I just got super excited and as soon as she saw it. And so the kids are ready to get to work.
Well, and again, basketball is such a long season, as you know. There's so many holidays, and there's illness that comes through, and it's really a credit to those kids for sticking it out. The fall seems to fly by, right? And then the winter, it's a long process. So, those kids really, really get after it.
Yeah, I'm excited. A lot of our basketball players do play in a fall sport, whether it's volleyball or golf or soccer. So we have our kids are probably 95% involved in a fall sport, which I'm also appreciative of. I think that they should do everything in a school like Cloverleaf. A little bit on the smaller side, but not small, but the kids do overlap. But the coaches at Cloverleaf work really well together and encourage our kids to play multiple sports. And so it's never a fight. And so it's cool to go to a volleyball game or go to a soccer game and cheer them on and stuff. And it's definitely a team atmosphere.
Well, John, thanks for joining us so much. Best of luck this season with everything that you're involved with here at Cloverleaf. Maybe I'll be pestering you for some film this year on Huddle like I was last year during the tournament.
I love it.
And thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and thanks for being here at Cloverleaf. Take care, guys.
John Carmigiano joining us at halftime, head girls basketball coach at Cloverleaf, head golf coach. We'll be right back on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page here at halftime. Keystone's up 6-3 on Cloverleaf.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love. In healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
WEOL.com is your home for local Lorain County sports. See all the latest sports news from around the county, featuring stories by the team at the Chronicle Telegram. Check out our upcoming broadcast schedule to see when your favorite games will be streamed live and free. Find the latest scores all in one place so you never feel behind on the action. And if that's not enough, we have you covered with the latest highlights.
Their pass intercepted by Cowan. Allen coming the other way. Goes up for the shot, made it, and he's fouled.
WEOL.com, your home for local Lorain County sports.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
To the Lorain County Community College halftime show, again brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCCC as the Cloverleaf Band entertains the crowd here. We are here at the half where it has been a sloppy game. 6-3 is the Keystone lead. The only touchdown of the game scored by Keystone as they scored on a 9-yard run. Otherwise, Cloverleaf scored on a 32-yard field goal, and that's all the scoring we had from the first half. Michael Keefe here, Mike Russ joining me in the booth. And Mike, it has been part impressive on the Keystone side of things, especially I think those three guys up front have been so unbelievably good for them defensively. But I was interested to see if Cloverleaf would be able to clean some things up from last week, and the answer in the first half has been no.
Yeah, it's been, there's been a lot of good defense for sure. A lot of good play, and a lot of, kids are playing hard, and a lot of good defense. And like you said, so far, no. A lot of sloppiness, a lot of penalties, a lot of just, self-inflicted mistakes, and just things that barely even show up in the stat sheet, right? A bad snap results in a 12-yard loss. Well, it's not a turnover, but you go from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 22, and decisions are made differently in field position, and now you're punting, and now, so a lot of things, they're just off schedule. They're off script, and it's kind of just carried over from last week. And so I think you're right that front from Keystone, I think that was kind of a question mark coming in, was Cloverleaf up front offensively going to be able to control the game with their rushing attack going against the Keystone defense? And so far, no. Keystone has stood up. And, they've played the entire game on Cloverleaf's side of the field. And, the Cloverleaf defense has stood in and taken punches. And, yeah, eventually, they gave up a score. And here we are, 6-3 at halftime. And we're kind of just left trying to, come up with answers at half, just like they are at halftime. So if you're Cloverleaf, they made a quarterback change. They brought in Trent, and, it's the same offense. It's not like it's a different skill set coming in. And they're just trying to get out of their own way and see if they can hit on a big play, and all it takes is one big play in this type of game. That's all you need to come out on top. So we'll see.
It's a cool halftime show going on right here, as you guys can see it on your screen. They got a baseball theme going on right now. They got the flag girls out there.
Hit her in the head.
Hit her right in the head. She got hit in the head with a baseball, and it's a strike. We should call this game. The pitch is outside, but she gets her swinging
at everything.
And that's a strikeout. What a pitch there. I also just wanted to give a shout-out as they play Take Me Out to the Ball Game to Braden Lade. You'll see him right near the bottom of your screen. How about big number 51, the offensive lineman out there, also just hammered on the xylophone down there, killing it. I love when the guys come out in their uniforms and join the band. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's great to see.
Hey, I want to get you some scores here on the Lorain County Community College halftime show from around the area, and we've got a bunch of them. On our other stream on the YouTube channel, it is, everybody be surprised by this score, but Avon has welcomed in Pine Richland from Pennsylvania. Apparently Pine Richland is like a powerhouse Pennsylvania squad, and they're flexing their muscle. Avon just scored a touchdown, so it's 27-10, Pine Richland over Avon in Avon. On our stream 2 on the WEOL app and website, it is Vermilion all over Firelands 22-7. Elsewhere in Medina County, Olmsted Falls and Brunswick. Olmsted Falls is hammering Brunswick 29-0. Medina has taken a 7-6 lead over Hoover. How about this one? I was interested to see this, and it started slowly. It was 14-0 Strongsville over Highland. Well, Highland has answered with 17 unanswered points. It is 17-14 Highland over Strongsville, as that is a really interesting one to keep an eye on for a Medina County team. Wadsworth in a good one with Hilliard-Davidson, 13-8. Wadsworth with the lead down there at Hilliard-Davidson. Buckeye trailing Amherst 28-13. Here in the MAC in this conference, Ellett trailing Field 10-7. Minerva up 20-0 over Springfield. And Woodridge, we've got another crossover game with the Lorain County League. Woodridge up 28-13 over Brookside. Streetsboro with a 14-7 lead over Manchester. Green with a 14-7 lead over Talmadge. Westlake, if we go up to the Lorain County League, Westlake is smashing Clearview 28-0. Columbia and Fairview are locked in a tight one, 7-6 Columbia over Fairview right now. North Ridgeville and Brush are knotted up at 7. Got a couple games happening tomorrow. Lorain and Elyria happening tomorrow. Rocky River, John Marshall happening tomorrow. And you can catch Lorain and Elyria here on the YouTube channel, on the Chronicle Telegraph YouTube channel, brought to you by WEOL. Lake Catholic is up 14-10 over Avon Lake. Berea Mid-Park up 12-6 over Euclid. North Olmsted with a 13-7 lead over Midview. Mayfield with a 20-7 lead over Coach Fox's former team, Elyria Catholic. University School up 8-0 over Bay. Lakewood and Rhodes in a good one, 21-12, Lakewood over Rhodes. Let's see what else we got here. Nordonia, we're just going to take you around the Medina County conferences as well. Nordonia, 29-0 over Akron East. Hudson, this is such a good game set up because Massillon Jackson had a great week 1 win. Hudson, though, up 35-21 over Jackson in that game at Jackson. Stowe Monroe Falls up 14-7 over Barberton. Again, the Pennsylvania teams are having a good night against powerhouse teams in Ohio. You've got the team beating Avon in Avon. You've got McDowell, Pennsylvania in Menor, and that game is tied 10-10. So Pennsylvania putting on a good show in Ohio so far tonight. Riverside beating Aurora 7-0. Chardon beating Cleveland Heights 11-7. Glenville bouncing back from their loss last week against Massillon. They're beating Olentangy Liberty 19-0. Massillon Washington is up over Glen Oak 28-7. How about this one? Canton McKinley shutting out St. Ed's 8-0 is the score in that one. And Pickerington North, a really good team down there in the Columbus area, they have got a 7-3 lead over St. Ignatius. So that's a quick look at some of the scores from the area. We'll keep you up to date with those as the second half goes on. But what we're going to do right now is take one more quick break. Then we'll give you a little preview of the second half, and it'll be time for kickoff here. Again, it is the Medina County matchup right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Get back to school savings on over 150 new Chevrolets, all backed by our clear, transparent pricing at Valley Chevrolet of Wellington. No games, no gimmicks, just prices you can trust. Drive a new Chevy Trailblazer for $259 a month, a new 2027 Equinox for $329 a month, or a new Silverado for $369 a month. Plus mobile pickup and delivery for service. Valley Chevrolet of Wellington, home of the Valley Advantage. And $1,000 more for your trade.
Lorain County has a story every day. Make sure you don't miss it. From breaking news and high school sports to schools, business, and community events, the Chronicle has it all. Stay connected to your neighbors and your home team with coverage that matters most to you. Don't just hear about Lorain County, know Lorain County. Subscribe today at chroniclet.com/subscribe and get the news that keeps you in the know. The Chronicle Telegram, Lorain County's largest newspaper.
Back here on the Lorain County Community College halftime show, Michael Keefe, Mike Rush joining you here from Cloverleaf High School, where the Keystone Wildcats have a 6-3 lead over the Cloverleaf Colts with about 2 minutes to go here in the half before we get things kicked off in the second half. Mike, we talked about trying to figure this out if you're Cloverleaf, but let's go to the other side for Keystone. It feels like they've had the ball a ton. It feels like they've really kind of dominated the game. Still only up by 3, though. So if we were going to give your message from Coach Fox in that halftime locker room and from Coach Griswold, what do you think the message is in there?
Yeah, I think they just need to take advantage of opportunities. I mean, they haven't exactly been, great offensively either. They've got a turnover. They've got playmakers all over the field. They just need to keep getting them the ball in space, keep trying to generate big plays, and keep moving forward. And then defensively, they're standing up well. Keep making Cloverleaf go the length of the field. Don't give them anything easy. Don't give them a big play. And, I've really been impressed with their defensive mindset with Coach Grizz as well. So it's a stalemate right now, right? I feel like the next big play or the next shift in momentum, that team's going to have an edge in this game.
Mike, I'd be really interested to see this, and obviously we don't have live stats up here or anything like that, but I'd be very interested to see this. I would imagine that the net yardage for Cloverleaf is really close to 0.
Right.
I would imagine it's close to 0.
I mean, think about all the negative play. Even the 4th down punt where the knees on the ground, that's a lot. I mean, I'm sure it's not pretty, but again, it's just something where all it takes is one big play to kind of get you off the mat and get this sideline going and this huge crowd that's come out for this home opener. And, they want to see a big win by the Colts, and obviously Keystone saying not so fast.
To me, that's the standout play of that first half, is that punt where the knee was going to go down, because Cloverleaf finally put a little bit of a drive together. They had a chance to punt it away and flip the field position. In a game like this, field position is going to make a difference. And they had a chance to do that, and then that happened, and you just gave the field position back. Keystone winds up scoring on that drive. That, to me, is the entire first half right there encapsulated.
Right. I thought that was the key sequence. I thought you said it well. And, again, it was not a play that Keystone forced you into, right? It's a low snap. You go down and get it. You put your knee on the ground, and huge play in that first half.
Well, it is time for us to get the second half going here. Again, that was the halftime show presented by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCCC. Here comes Keystone, and they will kick it away to start the second half. And remember, all of our kickoffs on WEOL are brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your trusted tree care company.
Always on alert when Keystone's kicking off.
Chris Gilliland is back to return it, and this time actually it's going to be returned by one of the up men out near the 25, across the 30, across the 35, and finally stopped in a wall of defenders out near the 38-yard line. And so Cloverleaf will take over some of their best starting field position they've had all game.
And once again, Mike, I've seen the ball on the ground more in that first half and the first play of this second half more than I can recall. But we'll see. Like you said, good field position, and they'll come back out with Zane Trent, the sophomore quarterback.
So here comes Zane Trent again. Isaac Smith started the game. Not sure if there's an injury or if they just made the decision to go with Zane Trent. But Trent has been in the game for pretty much all second quarter and now here in the second half. On first down and 10 from their own 38-yard line, Trent stands in the shotgun. He's got it. He's going to hand the ball off. This is Kellen Price, runs right side, cuts it back up the middle across the 40 to the 41-yard line, and he's brought down at the 42-yard line, so it's a 4-yard gain there on first down.
And that was a nice surge by the Cloverleaf offensive line, one of their better surges. Sometimes the adjustments at halftime are scheme-related, and sometimes they're attitude-related, and we'll kind of see which one is the main one here in the second half.
2nd and 6 from the 42. Price in the backfield with Trent. Snap is back, hand off to Price. Right side, got a blocker in front of him. He's going to have a first down and more. He's going down the sideline across the 40, across the 35, and he goes into the sideline on the Keystone side, and they marked him out at the 36-yard line, so a good run there. Picks up a first down and puts Cloverleaf in Keystone territory.
Yeah, and their bread and butter, base play, counter right. You got the two pulling linemen, and they're able to follow those guys. Kellen Price, the shiftiness of him, and a big play for Cloverleaf.
22 yards on the run for Kellen Price. And now he'll jog off and get a little breather after that one. Well deserved. On first down and 10. Snap is back. Handoff up the middle this time. Plowing forward across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Adam Gray like a bowling ball through there. And that's a little thunder and lightning there. Price is shifty, hard to keep up with. Gray just lowers the shoulders and goes.
Yeah, and Gray was a guard last year who makes the move to fullback in this new offense.
Gray's going to get another handoff this time. Blown up in the backfield, but Gray does a good job of shifting to the outside across the 20, across the 15, and he's brought down near the 10-yard line. And Gray went down hard. He's a little slow to get up, but he does get up. And he's marked down officially at the 10-yard line. The run game is moving for Cloverleaf, and they now find themselves in the Stewart's TV and Appliance Red Zone, brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance on Cleveland Street in Elyria.
Yeah, this offense with the fire underneath them. Coach Voorhees challenging them probably at halftime to fire out and get bodies on bodies here.
Well, now it's going to be Chris Gilliland's turn at the halfback position as Trent's going to stand in the shotgun. Ball's being snapped from the 10-yard line. 1st and goal. First time we've said that for Cloverleaf today. Snap is back. Gilliland takes it. He's running right side. He's through a hole across the 5. Breaks through some tackles. Stumbles his way into the end zone. And man, oh man, what a run. And what a drive for the Cloverleaf Colts. A 10-yard touchdown for Gilliland. And Cloverleaf, just like that, takes a 9-6 lead.
Yeah, right down the field, Michael. A statement drive. This is who we are. We're going to run the football. We're going to run our counter play. And they're following the block of number 7, Elliott Jordan there, the tight end coming across. Big statement for the Colts coming out.
Sesersta comes in for the extra point attempt. Already kicked a 32-yard field goal. Snap is back. Kick is away. It's low, but it's through the uprights. And wow, just a minute and a half into this, they drive all the way down the field. A 62-yard drive, a 10-yard touchdown run, and Cloverleaf has a 10-6 lead. We'll be back with more on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Take a look at the moon over Cloverleaf High School, the home of the Colts, where it's bumping right now as they've got a score finally. They've got a touchdown finally. Cloverleaf leads this one 10-6 as they're going to be penalized on this kickoff. They just smashed the ball out of bounds. Again, just trying to keep the ball away from Wyatt McKee. I feel like maybe there's other ways to do it than just smashing it out of bounds, but that's what they went with. So Keystone will get good field position to start this drive.
Yeah, they had success previously kind of targeting that side of the field when Keystone tried to field it, and there goes out of bounds. So, again, another penalty.
Shout out to our buddy up on the roof, Zach Sprague, running the camera for the camera shot, man. You better knock it off up there, Zach. We're going to have ESPN coming for you. You keep doing stuff like that. 10:38 to go, third quarter. Cloverleaf now with a 10-6 lead.
Yeah, and this crowd finally awakens and something good to cheer about, and we'll see if Keystone can answer we're going to re-kick this here.
And it's packed. Yeah. And that's what you love about coming to Cloverleaf games. Again, we heard it. They only have 4 home games this year, which is shameful. That's shameful.
It is.
That is a thing, because this is a great home field advantage, a great home atmosphere. And again, when you think of schools, now they've moved up to Division III, but when you think of Division IV kind of schools like that, you don't think this is big. It's a big home stand, and it's packed all the way through.
And they've had big playoff games here, neutral site playoff games over the years at this facility.
As they should. So, after lengthy discussions, they're going to back the ball up to the 35-yard line and ask the stir stick to kick it again. And he will do that again. And if we're going to get another kickoff, we might as well shout out EcoTree Services again, your trusted tree care company, as the stir stick gets into this one, and he just grounds it off to the left field and at the 40-yard line and brought down right at about the 41-yard line. And so a good job there. Again, they avoid kicking the ball to McKee, and they don't let any return happen on that. The refs are just going to do what they do and give him the ball at the 40. They don't give him the extra yard and a half that he actually earned.
Right. Just the nearest line.
Just go to the nearest line and put it there.
It's easier for everybody.
Keystone will start at the 40.
And we'll see again if this Keystone offense now can kind of make a play and put something together.
So here comes Colt Cowling, Wyatt McKee, and the rest of the Keystone offense. Two receivers go out far side to the left, two near side here to the right. Now they put one in motion. They're going to hand it off to McKee. He runs, tries to bounce out to the right. Almost gets free, but a nice tackle made there. Give McKee a gain of a yard, but that's Ashton Gray who finally brings McKee down. I thought maybe he had a chance to bounce that one, and instead he's brought down.
Yeah, great tackle by Ashton Gray. Like you said, Michael, when he tries to bounce it, you kind of hold your breath because he can hit the edge hard, and multiple guys on McKee is what it's going to take.
10 minutes to go here, third quarter. Cloverleaf with the 10-6 lead. Direct snap to McKee. That worked a lot in the first half, and it's going to work again here across the 40, across the 45. Leaping across midfield and brought down at the 47-yard line is McKee. And that's a first down run for McKee, and what a way to finish that run.
Yeah, finishes it, again, what'd you say? Coach Fox said he's the most violent runner he's ever coached, and he finishes that with a violent finish to that run.
They have seen something again. This Cloverleaf defense has been pretty darn good all game, but they have seen something with this defense that direct snap to him and acting like Colt Cowling doesn't know where the ball's going, it works almost every time. Here comes a little screen pass to the outside. It's set up beautifully, but a good job there by Cloverleaf from not letting it go very far, as it's going to be a gain of 4 yards there down to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and we talked to Coach Fox on the field in pregame, and he wasn't really that pleased with their Week 1 win over Norway. And he thought offensively they left a lot out there, a lot of plays out there. He wasn't really happy with how they blocked across the board, and we'll see if they can kind of find their rhythm here with that quick screen, which is also a staple of their offense.
Cowling stands in the shotgun. He's got it. He's going to pitch it out to McKee, left side. He's around the corner. He's across the 40, and he finishes the run by falling forward again, running over a defender, and it's going to be a first down as he got all the way down to the 37-yard line.
And after that first half where the defenses really stole the show, both offenses now have come out, and they're kind of playing angry and mad, like they had a lot to prove, and I'm sure their coaches told them a few things as well and made some adjustments at halftime as well.
One thing when you're going up against Keystone and Wyatt McKee, you have to be able to set the edge. They haven't done that yet. Here's a play action. Cowling's going to fire it deep. He's got a man out there towards the end zone, but he just way overthrew it, and the ball falls incomplete. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 37 of Cloverleaf.
Yeah, Braden Stanley, the receiver on the play, had a step, not able to connect there as we
got a penalty.
Have a penalty.
It's a holding against Keystone. So that'll back the Keystone Wildcats up 10 yards. It'll make it 1st down and 20. You know, I will say, I've seen Wyatt McKee a good bit over the years, and one thing that I always said about Wyatt McKee is that he needed to work on his vision. You'd give him the ball, he'd run head first into the line, and he left a lot out there. I think that's been improved on, even though I still think there's an element of it. But that's why I think that's what makes Cologne, when they bring Cologne in, he's so effective because he's got great vision. Not as violent of a runner, but great vision. So it's a good 1-2 punch for Keystone. After the penalty, it's 1st down. They try to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and they're basically going to do that. Give it a gain of about 10 yards to Bobby Gurich out there. They're going to say he got 9 yards. And so it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, single coverage out there on Gurich, a bigger body. Just runs a simple out route to get some of that penalty yardage back.
2nd and 11. McKee goes in motion. They're going to fake it to him, then they're going to fire it back out to Gurich, but that time it was an errant throw by Cowling. Led Gurich to the sideline too much. It falls incomplete. 3rd down and 11 coming up for Keystone.
Yeah, pretty similar play, and they try to use McKee in kind of that tailback fly motion. They see if they can get maybe a defender to kind of go with them and open it up a little bit, but sets up a 3rd and 11.
Cowling in the shotgun. McKee on his left hip. 3 receivers near side right, 1 far side to the left. It's going to be a direct snap to McKee again. He gets through the line of scrimmage, then he fumbles, and it's going to be Cloverleaf that falls on it. McKee was sandwiched by 2 defenders, as that was Adam Gray and Elliott Jordan who hit McKee. The ball popped out, and the Cloverleaf Colts fall on it. And wow, what a play for that defense.
Yeah, and again, depending on your perspective, from Keystone's perspective, it's, ball security, turnover, but Cloverleaf saying we forced that. We got a helmet on the ball, we force it, make a huge play for our defense when they were kind of, again, on their heels. Keystone's trying to get some momentum, and now the Colts get it back.
8:04 to go here, 3rd quarter. Cloverleaf with the ball in a 10-6 lead. Zane Trent. He's got Kellen Price there with him. He has a high snap that he controls. Kellen Price tries to squeeze through the line this time, not really able to. Flag comes in as that play ends, as Price got to the 35-yard line, so he gained 2. But the flag came in, probably in the area of what a holding would be. But let's see, they're having a conversation about it. Let's see what the head referee says.
Colts are saying it's on Keystone. We'll see.
See here, personal foul against Keystone. So a personal foul is going to go against Keystone. That's going to add 15 yards on to the end of that run, which will take the ball all the way out to midfield.
Yeah, tough sequence for Keystone. Coach Fox can't be happy at the last couple plays here.
Yeah, it wasn't clear to us up here in the box what happened there, but obviously the official down there saw something right in front of him as that flag was thrown in from the umpire position. And so that's a break for Cloverleaf. 1st and 10 from midfield now coming up.
Cloverleaf sticking with this kind of 3 tight end look here.
Trent has Gilliland on his right hip in the shotgun. Takes the snap. No, it's another high snap. It's over his head. He corrals it, but he's going to go down for a loss of 6 yards back to the 44 as, again, another high snap. And that's been, 5, 6 high snaps? And you just, again, Cloverleaf's really good when they stay on schedule, stay ahead of the sticks, but you can't. You're putting yourself at 2nd and 16 now.
And it's just stalled momentum. It's just every time you think, okay, they're putting something together, it just stalls out your momentum. And, again, we talked about a team that doesn't have the ability to go under center. So, that's tough. You either got to work on that this week in practice or at times maybe convert your offense to under center.
Let's see what they draw up on 2nd and 16. Snap is back. They're going to fire it over here to the near side to Ashton Gray. It's completed across midfield. Then it's fumbled. Now they're going to say incomplete pass, as that's a good hit made out there by the defender for Keystone. And that's Ula Pinar, who made that really nice play on the kickoff that hit him before. Made a really good play there to break that pass up. It's 3rd and 16.
Yeah, Ula Pinar with a big cushion, but he breaks on it, and he's able to get a hit and get the ball on the ground. The officials say it was incomplete. So, again, 3rd and 16, not a lot of plays in your playbook for this. So we'll see what the Colts and Coach Voorhees can come up with here.
So they're working on getting their play clock down to 10 on 3rd and 16. Trent's got the snap. He's going to roll to his left. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire it over here to the near sideline, and it's going to fall incomplete as a nice comeback route was run there by Jimmy Tolley, and it looked like they were just trying to get the ball in position to maybe go for it on 4th down. Instead, it falls incomplete, and here comes the punt squad for Cloverleaf.
If you're Trent, you had to see Wyatt McKee out of the corner of your eye coming like a missile, trying to hurdle a blocker. And in the first half, obviously the big hit rolling left, so you got to be aware where he's at all times.
So Susserstick's going to stand inside his 35 and his 32. Wyatt McKee goes back to about his 23-yard line to return it. Snap is back. Kick is away, and it's a good kick. It's going to be returnable for Wyatt McKee, though. Look out, he fumbles it as the ball's rolling around. There's still nobody on it. I think Keystone might have jumped on it. I think McKee maybe got there at the end. Still no signal from the officials. That ball hit Wyatt McKee right in the chest plate, and, man, he had room to go, too. Good job there by McKee, though. He fumbled it, but he managed to get back on it. And so almost another disaster for Keystone. Instead, they're going to take over with 6:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter, trailing 10-6.
Yeah, ball on the ground again. Helpless feeling when you're the returner trying to scramble and get on it. And another kind of dodge bullet for Keystone there.
Yeah, Grady Porter was down there in coverage, and his arm just wasn't quite long enough to get the ball and reel it in for Cloverleaf. And you saw McKee dive in at the end to make the play. So he gives his offense a chance. And he's going to get a little bit of a rest as Caden Cologne is going to come in to start this drive for the Keystone Wildcats at running back. Cowling. Going to fire it to the outside, and that pass is blown up in the backfield, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. As what a play there by this defense. Kellen Price, again, the first man in there to make the tackle to force that incompletion, and it almost is a good thing for Keystone that it was incomplete.
Yeah, Kellen Price just shot out of a cannon. He reads it. That's part of that's film study during the week when they give that look. They like to throw that quick screen. A lot of those screens are only as good as your perimeter blocking, and it's hard to block a guy like Price coming in that hard.
2nd and 10. This is going to be a handoff to Cologne, working his way through the middle. There's that vision. He cuts back to the left. Now he's got plenty of room. Across the 40, makes a man miss across the 50. Now Cologne's racing down the field across the 35, and he is deep inside Cloverleaf territory. He's officially down at the 32-yard line.
And, Michael, you hit it right on the head, the vision of Cologne. He can jump cut. He can cut in the hole and kind of see it. And, again, you can give McKee a break and know that Cologne can handle the rock.
I think both these guys, they work together and they watch each other. They can both learn something from each other. The violence of McKee, but that vision is unbelievable for Caden Cologne. I remember it from last year, and he's carried that into his sophomore season. 1st and 10. Cologne goes in motion this time. Cowling, double move. He's got a man wide open, and this is going to be a Keystone touchdown. 32 yards on the pitch and catch What a play there. What a route. And it was Braden Stanley who Cowling missed on an open throw before on the last drive. He hit him that time, and Keystone retakes the lead.
And, Michael, they had set that up all game, right? A lot of times it was Gurich out there. They threw it 2 times in a row. There it's just the out and up. A great route by Stanley. Nice ball by Cowling. Big play, and that's the big play ability from Keystone. They're kind of just like that sleeping giant, right?
Well, they will go for 2 to try to go up 14-10. What a play, and that was a perfect pass from Cowling. He sold the fake, and now they're going to run that formation again. McKee in, he'll take the snap. He's going to bounce it left side. He's got room, and did he make it in? He dove. We got a fumble that came out. Oh, the ball came out. Now there's a scramble for it, and I think Cloverleaf fell on it, so I think it's going to be no good on the attempt. And with 5:39 to go here in the third quarter, it is Keystone 12. It is Cloverleaf 10. Colts get the ball right after this on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
It's 4th and go time, and there's no better playbook than a new Ford from Mike Bass Ford. Whether you're looking to make a big drive across town or just need a solid lineup of trucks and SUVs blocking for your family, Mike Bass Ford has got you covered. No penalty flags, no fumbles, so don't punt on your next vehicle. Touchdown at Mike Bass Ford today. Mike Bass Ford, proud to be on your team.
Back here on the Medina County matchup at Cloverleaf High School on a perfect night here in the Lodi area. After the 32-yard pass from Cowling to Stanley, it is Keystone that has retaken the lead. It's 12-10. Michael Keefe, Mike Rush here. My man Jared Kozar sitting here with us, running things on the computer. Zach Sprague up top, bringing you all the action with the camera work. And now it's going to be Cloverleaf that looks to get things going again. They had that beautiful drive to open the half, Mike, and then it was more of the same on their last drive. They had a bad snap. They went backwards. They had to punt it away. They just have to stop doing that.
And this game has kind of woken up a little bit, right? Some of the same mistakes from Cloverleaf, but you kind of just get the sense if this game heats up offensively, I don't know that Cloverleaf can keep up if they keep having these self-inflicted mistakes.
Here comes the Eco Tree Service kickoff, and it's going to be fielded about the 22, across the 25. This is Gilliland across the 35, still fighting forward, and he's going to be down around the 38-yard line. As again, all of our kickoffs brought to you by Eco Tree Services, and also our touchdowns brought to you by Mike Bass Ford, like that last one by Keystone. Mike Bass Ford, you get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford.
And we'll see if Cloverleaf, again, can kind of challenge those guys up front. This is who they are. This is who we are. We're going to put our hand in the turf. And
well, the thing is, both coaches talked about the fact that they felt like Cloverleaf was good up front. They're big up front, but when you have those bad snaps and the fumbles and stuff,
right,
you're taking power away from those guys up front.
Absolutely. It's hard to come back from the 2nd and 3rd and longs where you're so predictable in what you're going to do.
So let's see what they do here. It's Gillen still in the game. He runs right side. He finds a hole, and he bounces out near the 40-yard line, which is where he goes down. That's a gain of 5 on first down. And again, part of me feels like Justin Voorhees and his offensive staff, if they just, you got to kind of calm the guys down a little bit and just, if you can get 4 or 5 yards, that's a successful play for us. Keeps us ahead of the sticks, and we can live like that.
And that's kind of really how they're built and how they'd like to play. They'd like to go on long drives. Of course, you're never going to argue with the big play that you create, but you just have to cut down on the negative.
It's going to be a little flick out here to Kellen Price as he's trying to get the edge. He gets by Wyatt McKee. Now he gets spun around across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 2, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
And really good job by Ashton Gray, the receiver out there. Good restraint. He got beat, and he could have held. He could have blocked in the back, but he showed his hands to the official. That's normally a basketball term, but he shows his hands to the ref like, I'm not doing anything illegal. And
it usually means somebody's doing something illegal.
Right, but you avoid a negative play there where it very easily could have been. But so you're 3rd and 3 instead of being 2nd and whatever.
Play call getting put in. Zane Trent's got it. He's got Gilliland on his left hip. 3rd down and 3. They need the 49 for a first. Snap is way over Trent's head, all the way back inside the 30 to the 25. No, and it looked like Trent fell on it, but now it looks like maybe Keystone's on it. Let's see. Nope, Keystone's not celebrating. Cloverleaf managed to get back on it, but again, just a really tough day for the center for Cloverleaf. He keeps snapping the ball over the head of the quarterbacks. A huge loss there. And not only do you not pick up the first down, Mike, but now you're punting the ball from inside the 15-yard line. Keystone probably going to get decent field position.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to discuss there. I mean, some of it is the pressure the defensive line is putting on you as the center, and you're getting hit every play. You know, that's part of it. We'll wait here for this play.
Stick comes in for the punt. He's going to line drive it over towards the Cloverleaf bench, where it's going to go out of bounds right near midfield. And it goes out of bounds at midfield. And that's where Keystone will take over. We'll get back to that thought in a minute here, Mike. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more here on the Medina County matchup on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
All right, back after the punt. 1st and 10, Keystone at midfield. They take over with 3:22 to go here in the third quarter and a 12-10 lead. Direct snap goes to, that's Cologne this time, and he again winds his way through, finds a little crease. A play that very well could have gone for a loss of 2, picks up 2 yards. Again, not a big gain, but that's the kind of runner he is.
Yeah, he's just got that vision. He can take something like that, and you know, he doesn't have the power of McKee, so he has to have that vision to fight for those extra yards, whereas Wyatt McKee can sometimes just put his shoulder into you and get the yards that way. But kind of getting back to Cloverleaf, again, we didn't see their game last week against Buckeyes, so I don't know if snaps were a problem, but certainly tonight.
Hand off to Cologne, as this time he is going to get grabbed in the backfield. That was a really nice play there by this Cloverleaf defense to grab Cologne right at the line of scrimmage and drag him down. And Aiden Gilbert was the first guy I saw in there, 5'11", 270 pounds, and Cologne was kind of by him there, Mike. But Gilbert reached out that big right paw, grabbed Cologne, and Cologne couldn't get away from him.
Yeah, and this Cloverleaf defense, again, we've talked about it all game. I mean, you're going to give up a play here or there, but they're battling under the circumstances of, you know, offensively just kind of going backwards.
Cologne stays in the game. 2 receivers far side left, 2 near side here to the right. Cole Cowling in the shotgun on 3rd and 8. He's got the snap, drops directly back. He's looking left. He's firing left. Downfield, he's got a man out there, and it's going to be incomplete. But it looks like we got 2 flags that come in. Yeah, Mike Rush thinks maybe a defensive holding.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, you get beat the previous play, right? It's kind of in your head as a corner, and you don't want to get beat again. And he was going to be beat, you know, if he didn't reach out and hold. But we'll see, kind of sort all this out.
And we are going to have a holding on the defense. So that will move up the Keystone Wildcats. That'll result in a first down.
Yeah, that's Kellen Price out there on the far side on the Keystone sideline. Get beat once, it's kind of in your head. Sometimes when you get beat, you panic. But really, as a defensive back, you know, we've seen underthrown balls. You don't want to panic when you're beat. You just have to put your head down and sprint.
Well, there's also a thing going on here now where the defensive staff and the players for Cloverleaf, Stanley's been the deep guy. He's running deep routes almost every time. On first down after the penalty, Collings got it. And just as I say that, Stanley runs a little hitch route, and the ball hits him in the hands, but he couldn't hang on to it, and it's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And that's kind of the mental side and kind of the, at times, lonely feeling of playing defensive back and being on that island. And, boy, you just got beat, and now you're bailing out a little bit, and the cushion you're giving is a little bit bigger. And so offensive coordinators see that, and now you run a little hitch. So that's kind of the chess match.
2nd and 10 from the Cloverleaf 38-yard line. McKee back in the game. They're going to pitch it to him right side. He is around the corner. He's got a gap across the 30. He's bouncing away across the 20 down near the 15-yard line. Wyatt McKee. Again, that's a little bit of the difference, Mike, from last year to this year, is there was a little patience there for him to turn up at the right time, and he sure did on that big gain, and that puts Keystone back inside the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone.
Yeah, and you talked about that improved vision as a runner, but, that combined with the fact that, physically he's just different than anyone else out here on this field. And like I said, really nobody else in the Lorain County League is kind of built quite like him.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. McKee in the backfield. Cowling has the snap. He's rolling left. They were trying to set up a screen, but Cloverleaf blew it up, and now Cowling's just going to flip the ball out of bounds and get rid of it. We got a flag that comes in late as we've got an ineligible man downfield. Yeah, that's the downside of doing that if you're Cole Cowling, is once he flipped the ball, it became a pass, and now you've got an ineligible man downfield, and so that penalty will get marked off.
Yeah, second time we've seen Keystone try to set up that screen, and Cloverleaf's defended it well, but kind of an ill-advised decision there at the end of it.
Minute 17 on the clock.
Kind of decision if you want to take the penalty or decline it. They are going to take it back.
Yeah, so this will move them back. It'll move Keystone back to the 15-yard line. It'll still be first down, but 1st and 15 now. So after the ineligible man downfield penalty, it's 1st and 15. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Cowling in the shotgun, McKee on his right hip. And before the ball is snapped, I think we're going to get a timeout by Coach Brian Fox on the Keystone side as he wants to talk things over with his offense. And while he does that, we will take a timeout. 1:17 to go here in the third quarter. Keystone with the ball in a 12-10 lead. We'll be back with more on the Medina County matchup right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
All right, back here out of the timeout on 1st and 15. Cowling trying to run a double move again. This time it was well covered, so now he rolls right. He's got room to run, though. He's across the 20. He's brought down at the 15-yard line. That's the original line of scrimmage before the penalty. So he gets those yards back, and it's like the penalty never happened. If they would have declined it, it would have been 2nd and 10. And now it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Keystone, again, really dangerous in scrambled drill situations due to Cowling's elusiveness, but at times, he'll force things too. So, defensively, they're dangerous when he's out on the edges and he's got his head up trying to throw or run.
We're under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Clock officially at 33 seconds. Play clock at 7. Cowling's got the snap. He's looking to throw again. He rolls left. Now he rolls right into trouble. He loses the ball. It's on the ground, and I believe Cloverleaf's got it. Cowling just got a little bit careless with the football as he was trying to evade pressure, and coming out of the pile was Adam Gray with the ball. And, man, it looked like Keystone was about to add on to their lead, and instead Cloverleaf gets it back.
And I thought, Michael, the key was Braden Byer made him step up in the pocket.
Yes.
He didn't let him get outside, contain. He had to cut it up to where his teammates were. A little loose with the football from Cowling in traffic, and a huge turnover for the Colts as this game just keeps swinging both directions here.
So here comes the offense for Cloverleaf. Again, they move the ball better in this half, but they keep having bad snaps. And there's another one right over the head of Trent, and he's got to go fall on it at the 10-yard line.
So here's the thing, and I know we're going to be going up to the quarter, but this is a during the week thing, but if you cannot convert your offense to under center, it's tough. So this week in practice, they're going to have to look at, what they can do, because right now they're having a hard time running a play.
Well, just a big play for them defensively, and now they're facing 2nd and 24 as the third quarter comes to an end. We're going to take a break here. Again, Score right now with 1 quarter to go. It's Keystone 12. It's Cloverleaf 10. We'll be back with the final quarter right here on the Medina County Matchup on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Get back to school savings on over 150 new Chevrolets, all backed by our clear, transparent pricing at Valley Chevrolet of Wellington. No games, no gimmicks, just prices you can trust. Drive a new Chevy Trailblazer for $259 a month, a new 2027 Equinox for $329 a month, or a new Silverado for $369 a month. Plus mobile pickup and delivery for service. Valley Chevrolet of Wellington, home of the Valley Advantage. And $1,000 more for your trade.
All right, fourth quarter time here from Cloverleaf High School. It's 12-10, Keystone with the lead. 2nd and 24 on the first play of the quarter. It's a little swing pass to the outside. Tried to set up a screen that gets out to the 20-yard line. So that picks up about 10 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, and you're just trying to get some yards back. You throw out the quick screen. Keystone obviously in a softer kind of defensive coverage there as we have a man down.
And we do have a player for Keystone that went down after the play, and it looks like he's going to get up and kind of make his way over towards the sideline, so I don't think the training staff's even going to get over to him as he makes his way back. We'll keep it here. 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15 coming. Yeah, it's 14 officially. 11:40 to go. It's fourth quarter time. Sorry, the play was going. Didn't even have a chance to really talk about the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter time. It's 12-10. Keystone with the lead. Cloverleaf with the ball, but we talked about it during the break a little bit, Mike. It's you feel for the first of all, you feel for the center because it's just the yips at this point.
Right.
You feel for the other kids because they probably are excited to run these plays and they just can't do it. You feel for the fans. It's frustrating for everybody watching this game. It's got to be, 8, 9 times that it's happened in this game.
Yeah, and again, like you talked about it, we don't have stats up here, but every time it's a huge loss. I mean, it's no reflection of the rushing game, obviously, of Cloverleaf because they don't even have an opportunity to run a play.
No. So here we go. Off the injury timeout, 3rd and 14. Kellen Price is going to halfback pass it down the field. He's looking for his man, Ashton Gray. It's going to be intercepted. The ball is intercepted as a good play there. There were 3 defenders back. That's good defense. That's a good defensive play call by the Keystone Wildcats. And that was Mason Grams, who came down with the ball. He made a good play earlier in this game. That time he comes down with the interception. That's basically an arm punt for Cloverleaf, but it's another turnover in this one.
Yeah, and obviously you're kind of playing the sticks defensively, but it's the second time that Cloverleaf's tried to do something, or it's a double move, or that time a double or a kind of a trick play, and good discipline by Keystone. They're in the right spot, and then they go up and make the play.
Yeah, they essentially had 3 deep safety look there, and all 3 safeties were running over to make the play on that. So creativity from Cloverleaf doesn't work out again in the end. Maybe not the worst thing because you were probably punting on 3rd and 14 anyways, and you don't give McKee a chance to return a punt. It's going to be a direct snap to Cologne. He runs left side as he's going to get dragged down right at the 48-yard line. And so give him a gain of 2 there on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And again, if Keystone can just put together a drive, protect the football, make smart decisions, a lot of things going on here, but they can kind of put a big dent in this game. And, just the 2-point lead, the fact that they don't kick kind of they've left some points out there as well.
So they go spread offense here, empty backfield. Cowling has the snap, drops straight back, getting pressure. It's going to fire it to Cologne, who drops it. It hit Cologne right in the chest, and he turned his head to run before he had the ball secured. And you see it all the time. The ball goes incomplete.
Yeah, good job by Cowling. Good ball, quick and decisive. Got the ball out right in the chest. But, again, just trying to look upfield and make a play before you even possess the ball. So
here we are, 10:41 left to go in the game. It's a 2-point game, 12-10 Keystone with the ball and the lead. But now they face a 3rd down and 8 from their own 48-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Cologne in the backfield with Cowling, and now he'll put Cologne in motion. Cowling's got the snap. He's looking left. He's firing to Stanley, and that's excellent defense there. As right as the ball arrived to Stanley, so did the defender, and that was Zane Trent, the quarterback, who laid the hit on Stanley, and it'll be 4th down and 8, and now it'll be the punt team coming out for Keystone.
Yeah, great break on the ball by Trent. I mean, that's small school football. That is not easy to be pressed into duty at quarterback and play both ways on the defensive side of the ball as well. And there you saw Cowling. He kind of has that sidearm delivery. Sometimes you're not sure he needs it, and he's trying to kind of aim the ball instead of throw it, and sets up a 4th down.
So Ashton Gray will stand at his 25, looking to return a punt. Snap is back. Kick is away. It's a high punt. Nobody's going to return it. It's going to land at the 25, bounce to the 20, and then just continue to roll inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line, and that is where the Cloverleaf Colts will take over. We'll get you to that drive after a quick break here. It's WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
10:31 to go here in the ball game. Cloverleaf with the ball, and they are now trailing 12-10, as it's been a slugfest here in this one. Cloverleaf been able to move the ball when they haven't made mistakes. Let's see if they can play mistake-free football on this drive. They need it. Trent in at quarterback. He's got Elliott Jordan on the side with him. He puts Kellen Price in motion. Going to fake it to Price. Now Trent's just going to take off, and he gets a good seam up the middle. He's out near the 20-yard line, so it's a pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Yeah, once again, they bring Price kind of in motion, that jet sweep motion, and he just turns into a lead blocker for his quarterback, Trent. So, again, we talked about staying on schedule, right? 5 yards on 1st down. That'll play. Setting up a 2nd and 5, you're on schedule the way you want to be.
2nd down and 5. Cloverleaf with the ball at their own 20-yard line. Trent now with Gilliland in the backfield with him. Puts Ashton Gray in motion. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it. Faked it to Gray. Kept it. He runs right side, and he's going to go down across the 25 to the 26-yard line. He needed 5 for the first. He got 6, and that'll move the chains.
Yeah, and again, another positive play. You're staying positive, moving forward, and kind of that methodical way that Cloverleaf has played and the way they'd kind of like to play and wear Keystone down here.
1st down and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Gilliland in the backfield with Trent. Trent's got the snap. He gives it to Gilliland. He runs right side. He's got a hole out to the 30, and he's brought down at the 31-yard line. Another gain of 5 on 1st down. This is it, though. This is it. Mike, we've seen him do it. Here's the thing. We've seen him do it all game. When you get a clean snap and a clean play, they've been able to move the football.
Absolutely. And, possessions are drying up here. 9 minutes to go. You don't know how many more opportunities you have, especially at the pace that you're playing at 5 yards at a time.
On 2nd and 5, Gray goes in motion into the backfield. Snap is back. Handoff to Gilliland. They try to get him to the outside. And he is horse-collared. Well, not horse-collared, but he's grabbed around the shoulder pads by Wyatt McKee and thrown to the ground. It's a good clean tackle. It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, and you talk about hitting the hole, and normally that's an offensive term for running backs, but Wyatt McKee can hit that opening from his linebacker spot, and when he puts his foot in the ground defensively, there's not a guy that can get in front of him and block him.
Honestly, if I'm evaluating Wyatt McKee, I think he's an awesome runner with the ball in his hand. I think he's a better linebacker. He's awesome. He's like a bullet out there. Here's going to be an incomplete pass, as it looked like Trent was just not on the same page with his receivers out left, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 6. And you got to send the punt team out here with the ball at the 30-yard line. Yeah. Susserstick comes out. Wyatt McKee is going to fall back, and the punt team comes out for Cloverleaf.
And Byers running to the sticks there on 3rd and 6, and Trent just throws it a little bit early, just off on the timing there.
So on 4th down, Keystone's going to get the ball back. 8:17 to go in the ball game, and with a 12-10 lead. Snap is back. Punt is away. It's a line drive. That'll stay away from McKee, and it'll get a decent Cloverleaf bounce inside the 40-yard line. It'll go to out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and the Keystone Wildcats have the ball with a chance, like you said on their last possession, Mike, to take some clock and to potentially put more points on the board to put this game away with, again, only 8 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, and again, I just go back to that 1-2 punch of McKee and Cologne kind of complementing each other. And, you know, obviously ball security is so important right now. And we'll see kind of what type of personnel package they come out here. And we know they have that jumbo package if they need it for short yardage. And we'll see.
Cole Collings got McKee in the backfield with him. Ball at the 40-yard line. Because, again, just put it near the nearest line.
Keystone missing a guy here. Receiver coming out late.
They're getting lined up. Playcock's still plenty of time there, 12 seconds. Cole Colling takes the snap, pitches it, left side. McKee looking for room. He gets hit, but he bounces off a tackle, and he fights across the 35 to the 36-yard line. There was a linebacker that shot in there, but didn't use any form to tackle McKee, just kind of threw his body into him, and you're not going to do that to Wyatt McKee.
You're not going to tackle him with just arms and shoulders. I mean, you saw him bounce off like a bowling ball there.
I saw the linebacker bounce off.
Yeah.
Second down and 9. Clock ticks down. About 7.5 minutes to go in the ball game. 12-10 is the Keystone lead.
Obviously, Coach Fox will use the clock here.
Snap, direct one to McKee. He's got it. He runs right side, and he gets tripped up, and he goes down at the 39-yard line, so he picks up about 3 yards there to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Kind of a nice job, though. Even with kind of the missed tackle for a loss, Cloverleaf didn't let McKee get loose on the last play, and that play kind of looked like he might be getting loose, but they did a good job to trip him up for only a short gain.
Right, you got to get him. You got to get him off schedule before he can kind of get moving there and get ahead of steam.
3rd down, 6 yards to go. They need the 45 for a first. Collings got it. He's looking. He's looking left. He's still looking. He's getting pressured in the backfield. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's intercepted! He threw behind his intended receiver, and right there to make the play was Jimmy Tolley, and Cloverleaf is going to take over near midfield with a chance to drive down and take the lead.
And again, for Keystone, like, I get it. You're just trying to make a play, but, sometimes, punting sometimes isn't the worst thing in that situation. Good coverage by Cloverleaf, though. They're all over Keystone receivers. They're trying to thread the needle there and just a little bit behind. And once again, this Cloverleaf defense gives themselves a chance.
Yeah, good coverage and good pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of times in this game, Collings had a lot of time to throw the ball. That time, he got flushed out of the pocket, and he had to make a tough throw back across his body, and that's what came up with the interception. So here comes Zane Trent. He's got Adam Gray in the backfield with him. Puts Ashton Gray in motion, and it's going to be a fumble, and it's going to be, the ball's loose down there. Keystone still loose down there, as all the Keystone players were saying they have it, and instead it's going to be Cloverleaf that falls on it at the 41-yard line. But once again, that's going to be a loss of 6 yards.
Michael, this is incredible. I said it in the first half. I hadn't seen the ball on the ground this much, and it's only continued.
I've never seen the ball hit the ground this much in a game.
I have not either. I came here 2 years ago, and I think Keystone had 6 turnovers, and that was crazy. And Cloverleaf got a big win. But you said it. You never quite know what you're going to get when these two get together.
Here's the thing. I don't know that I've ever seen the ball hit the ground this much. It's a 2-point game. Cloverleaf's defense has kept them right in this.
Yeah, and, we know, like, these are two good teams. Like, we know that. We know these teams are going to go on and win a lot of games this year. It's just kind of been one of those nights, sloppy on both sides.
Clock ticks down to 6 minutes, and now it's 2nd down and 16 to go for the Cloverleaf Colts. It's going to be a play action, and they're going to fire it completed to Tolley on the outside, who gets out to the 48-yard line. So they get the yards back from the fumble plus 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, nice little jet pass where you kind of have the motion go across. A little pass off of that. Cloverleaf historically has had a lot of really good pop passes over the middle to their tight ends, so something to remember here coming down the stretch.
5.5 minutes to go in the game. 3rd and 9. Huge play coming up here for Cloverleaf. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Good blockers in front. Across the 50. Out near the 45 to the 44. Maybe down to the 43-yard line. If he's at the 43, it's a first. You're going to mark him down at the 44, and that'll bring up 4th down and 1 for Cloverleaf. A good run there by Trent.
Yeah, great effort by Trent there to get himself close here. A 4th and, maybe a couple feet here.
Trent's shoe came off in the process. He's got to tie it. So he's still working on getting back into his shoe. As the play clock down to 15. And they're still waiting to get the play in. This may need to be a timeout. Play clock down to 10, 9. On 4th down. Play clock down to 4. They're going to take a timeout. So, a good time for a timeout. Your quarterback's shoe fell off, and you got a huge 4th and 1 coming up. It's timeout Cloverleaf, 4:35 to go in the game. Keystone 12, Cloverleaf 10. Big play coming on the other side of this break on the Medina County matchup on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
It's 4th and go time, and there's no better playbook than a new Ford from Mike Bass Ford. Whether you're looking to make a big drive across town or just need a solid lineup of trucks and SUVs blocking for your family, Mike Bass Ford has got you covered. No penalty flags, no fumbles. So don't punt on your next vehicle. Touchdown at Mike Bass Ford today. Mike Bass Ford, proud to be on your team.
Out of the timeout, it is 4th and 1, 4:35 to go here in the ball game. Keystone with a 12-10 lead over Cloverleaf. If Cloverleaf can convert this 4th and 1, their drive continues.
Yeah, and if you're Keystone, you got to watch the ball, and same with Cloverleaf. You got to know your own snap count here and what you're doing here.
So here we go. Trent, he's got Adam Gray in the backfield with him. On 4th and 1. Snap is back. He's got it. He runs right side and he gets brought down. He gets brought down in the backfield. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Keystone with a huge play. They will take over on downs.
Yeah, huge stop for the Wildcats. Coach Griswold and Coach Fox embrace across the way with a big high five.
And how about Bobby Gurrett shot in there to make that play? And now it's tense time over here. It's sweaty palms time over here on the Cloverleaf side because you're only down by 2, but you've just given Keystone the ball back. You have got to find a way to get a 3 and out. 4:32 to go in the game. Keystone takes over at their own 44-yard line with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Fox, I don't know that I put the ball in the air if I don't have to here.
So here comes Cole Cowling, Wyatt McKee. Snap is back. Pitch goes out to McKee. Tries to get to the outside. He's not going to do it, though, that time. Cloverleaf was all over him. They say the ball came out. They're all pointing. I've seen no indication from the official, but the official on the far side is coming in saying 2nd down. So the ball must have come out after the play ended. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards back to the 42-yard line.
And one thing about Wyatt McKee, okay, it's not a bad thing, but he's so physical and he's so used to getting extra yards after contact. At this point of the game, you really got to emphasize ball security. You don't need to fight for that extra yard. I mean, yeah, if it's 3rd and 1, yeah, you better go get it. But you need to possess the football. That's more important than breaking tackles and putting the ball in harm's way.
2nd and 12 from the 42. Clock at 3:45 to go. Direct snap to McKee. He fights out of some trouble in the backfield, fights out of a little more, gets across the 45, and he's brought down right at the 45-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 9 with 3.5 minutes to go in the game. So this to me feels like a huge play. Obvious statement of the century, but a huge play here, not just to prevent him from getting a 1st down if you're Cloverleaf, but to prevent him from getting in a position where they think about going forward on 4th down.
Correct, and we'll see, McKee's going to be down here in the slot. Looks like they're going to go empty here, so we'll see, is it a quick screen? Is it maybe a QB draw? Or do they put the ball, try to push it down the field? We'll see.
3rd and 9. They're going to throw it. Cowling. They got a flag on the play. He completes it. It's going to come up short across midfield, but this is going to be a penalty, and it's going to be a formation penalty against Keystone, and that will back the Wildcats up 5 yards with 3 minutes to go.
And once again, not everybody's set. You just got to make sure to kind of go a little hurry hurry up there instead of waiting and making sure everybody's set. It's such a big juncture there.
Well, that backs him up 5 yards all the way back to the 40-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 14. So let's see what Coach Fox draws up. First-year man at the helm of the Keystone Wildcats. McKee goes back into the backfield with Cowling. 2 receivers to each side. Play clock down to 4. Snap is off. Cowling looking to throw. Now he's getting pressured in the backfield. He's running backwards. Now he gets around the pressure. He's got a little bit of room, but he's just going to go down inside the 40 at about the 36-yard line, and it'll be a loss of a couple yards. Interested. I thought maybe we'd see a Cloverleaf. I know they only have 2 timeouts left, but I thought maybe we'd see a timeout here as Keystone's going to be able to take it down 40 seconds, and they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, and once again, this Cloverleaf defense stands up, but a smart decision at the end of that from Cowling. Instead of trying to force it in harm's way, he just kind of goes down, stays in bounds.
What do you think here, Mike? Would you have taken a timeout here?
Well, you got guys up in the box with the clock, and you're talking to coach on the headset, so they know better than us maybe up here, but they did lose some time there. So
the punt is away. It was relatively short. It bounces right near the 40-yard line, and that's where it's going to be downed at the Cloverleaf 40. 1 minute and 39 seconds. We'll keep it right here. Mike Rush, it's a Cloverleaf offense that has, again, taken some steps forward, taken a lot of steps backwards. 1 minute, 39 seconds. What's it look like for you to go down and get a game-winning score?
Well, I won't be shocked if they try to go with the hard play action, like a pop pass. Obviously, defensively, Keystone, you're going to be ready. You're going to have a deep safety, but see if you can get this tempo run game going. You hang on to timeouts because you're kind of thinking last-second field goal. Do you need one to set, a timeout to set one up? We'll see.
On 1st and 10, going to be a little pass to the outside that's blown up. Tolley would have almost been better to drop that ball. He's dropped inside the 40 at the 38-yard line, and now Cloverleaf's got to move. A loss of 2 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 12, clock under a minute and a half.
Yeah, great play by Zach Taylor on the quick screen as Keystone's got guy running off late. But
this has taken a long time to get this play in. Minute 15 on the clock. Snap is back. Trent looks left, fires, got a man over the middle. It's complete across the 45, across midfield, still turning for, breaking out of a tackle and down to the 40-yard line. What a run by Braden Byer. And with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go, Cloverleaf gets a big play. It's 1st and 10 at the Keystone 40.
Yeah, Byer not to be denied, playing both ways here tonight.
Now they're going to run the ball. Right side. It's Adam Gray who's going to fall forward across the 40 to the 37-yard line. They're going to try to get a play in quickly. 50 seconds on the clock. Justin Voorhees hanging on to 2 timeouts. 45 seconds. 2nd down and 7. Snap is back. Trent looking. Now he's going to run up the middle. He gets down to the 35. Now you got to take a timeout. 35 seconds to go. Ball down to the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Now, I will say, keep it here, Mike. We saw the kicker for Cloverleaf, Austin Sestursek, hit a 32-yarder before, and it would have been probably good from about 40. But that means you got to be down. You got to get.
Still got to get about 17 more yards, right?
To get a chance
40,
at it.
Right, to set up a 40, which is probably his max range, just everything you kind of hear and read. So
you need 12. You need 12 yards to have a chance.
Right. So, and, 3rd down, which one timeout left.
Well, obviously you got 2 plays to move the chains here. Need to get to a 30 for a first. Out of the timeout. 1 timeout left for Cloverleaf. We'll see what Coach Justin Voorhees drew up with his boys. 35 seconds on the clock. 3rd down and 5. Ball at the Keystone 35-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. Zane Trent, the sophomore quarterback, takes the snap. He's looking left. Now he brings it back to the right. He's got a man out there. It's Jimmy Tolley, but it's intercepted at the 20-yard line, and it's being returned by Keystone back to the 44. What a play there. And again, a kid that's made a couple plays in this second half, but it was Mehmet, was it Ula Pinar?
Yes.
On the interception, that will seal this game and seal a 2-point victory for the Keystone Wildcats.
Yeah, game kind of dominated by both defenses. It's fitting that the defense stands up and makes a play at the end. So many missed opportunities for Cloverleaf, as we'll get into here. As Keystone looks like they take a timeout just to kind of get organized here.
I will say, Mike, I don't think that was a bad read. I also don't know that it was a bad throw by Trent. At this point in the game and at this juncture, his wide receiver, he was looking for, was it Tully that was running down the field?
Yes.
He was looking for Tully down the field. Tully never looked back. His head never came around to the ball. He never found the ball. Because I feel like if he did, he had a chance to just make a play on the ball. But instead, he just kept running down the field like he was just looking at the goalposts, and it results in an interception.
Yeah, and just, again, another miscue. And
that's the story of the game.
Well, and Cloverleaf has got a good team here. They really do. But, offensively, they got a lot to work out here. Back-to-back 10-point outputs. It's hard to win every week 10-6 like the way they did last week. So, and they'll get it figured out here. But just a tough pill for them to swallow. And if you're Keystone, you got to finish here. But you're elated to get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, they're going to take a knee. And Coach Voorhees will not use his final timeout. They'll let the clock roll out. And it's the Keystone Wildcats in this battle. Two teams that came in 1-0, two teams that came in with big wins after week one. It's the Wildcats that win just a slugfest here. 12-10 is the final score. Keystone goes home a winner. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will be back with the Mallard Creek Golf Club post-game show right here on the Medina County matchup on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Welcome on into the Mallard Creek Golf Club post-game show, brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club. Book your tee time today at the Duck. Michael Keefe, Mike Rush joining you from Cloverleaf High School here, home of the Colts, where it was a great night, a great crowd for both sides. Keystone brought it, Cloverleaf brought it, but it was Keystone that just made the extra play, that did enough, that made the one less mistake, I feel like, is what we could say. And they are going to walk away with a 12-10 victory over the Cloverleaf Colts. Mike, I'm not sure I'm going to even know how to explain or describe this game to people that ask.
Sloppy, beautiful, depending on if you ask Keystone right now, a slugfest. I mean, all those terms, cliches. The ball was on the ground a lot. A lot of miscues and mistakes that don't always show up in the stat sheet. I can't wait to see the stats offensively for Cloverleaf with all the negative plays.
Yeah.
You were just trying to find a way to survive. And in the end, Keystone was the one left standing. Felt like they had the best player on the field for either team, Wyatt McKee. We called his name all night. And I think you said it really well. make the least amount of mistakes. Sometimes it's the team that just makes more mistakes. The other team can capitalize. So, yeah, we think these are two really good football teams. We think Keystone and Cloverleaf are going to win a lot of games this year in their respective leagues. And, I think a lot to learn if you're Cloverleaf. And kind of, again, one of those games that Cloverleaf won last week. It's a lot more fun to win and learn in a win. So for Keystone and Brian Fox, they'll go back, watch the film, try to get better from it. And think about it, they play Buckeye next week. Think about that game. Think about that type of slugfest. And I know Buckeye lost tonight to Amherst, but Keystone and Buckeye should be a very good game, next week as well.
Yeah, it was, again, first of all, credit to Keystone and the way they were able to respond, because it felt like that opening drive of the second half where Cloverleaf marched down the field and scored on a 10-yard touchdown run to take the lead 10-6, and then for Keystone to just come right back. And they score on that 32-yard passing play. They retake the lead. It's kind of where you learn about what your team is made of, isn't it? Where, okay, we just took that punch, and I know there's a lot of game left, but in a game like this where both teams are making a ton of mistakes, both teams committing penalties, fumbles, turnovers, all the above, for them to just come right back after losing the lead and then retake it, that said a lot about that Keystone Wildcats team. Absolutely.
And I think it goes to what Coach Fox is, building and trying to instill, and it's a culture that, they already had with Coach Griswold, and now it's just a new look and a new voice. And you're right. I think that's the beauty of high school sports, right? Is you learn in these adverse situations. And we kind of felt like, okay, game on, right? Game on, back-to-back scores from each team. And a lot of the mistakes and the miscues continued, but just a great atmosphere here tonight. Tough luck losers for Cloverleaf, but they'll learn a lot, I'm sure, about their team. And Coach Voorhees and his staff do a great job, and they're going to make noise in their league in the MAC this year, and they'll learn from this one and get better.
Absolutely, and that's all you can hope for. And if you're Coach Voorhees, there's a lot of ways you can approach after a game like this, but for me, they did do a lot of things well. And it's almost like you got to just show these guys what they can do when they do things right and when they execute. And you don't need to go in and yelling and screaming and all that stuff. Listen, your center snapped the ball over your quarterback's head at least 8 times in this game. And even more than that. But there were a couple times where the quarterback made a plug. There was one time where Trent made a one-handed catch to grab the ball. So it would have been even more than that. You were just constantly behind the sticks. And it's almost like you got to calm down. Look, we just played a very good team. But we lost by 2 points in a game where we literally just gave away possession after possession after possession. And there's a positive message to be had there. You just got to clean it up.
And that's a great point, Michael. And there's also proof of concept the other way. Hey, fellas, here's what it looks like when we do our jobs.
Yes.
Here's what we can do offensively. And guess what? Our defense is pretty darn good. It's going to keep us in every game this year, we think, we hope. So if we can clean up X, Y, and Z, we have a really good football team here. So I think that's a great way to look at it. It's a great message, and there's enough proof the other direction of, hey, this is what it looks like when everybody executes on the field.
100%. So, again, no official stats or anything here from the game, but, on the one side, the other thing that I take away from this, again, we talked about Wyatt McKee, and he's going to be the guy that just gets talked about over and over and over and over and over again. But Colt Cowling, I think, is a very impressive quarterback prospect, and I hope with the addition of Coach Fox and his offensive mindset that they can unlock him even further, because I think maybe that doesn't get talked about enough with the outstanding numbers that McKee is going to put up. But when you are the size of school that Keystone is, and you've got a big kid that can drop back and sling the ball like Colt Cowling, if there are games where teams decide they're going to sell out on McKee, I think Colt Cowling is an outstanding quarterback.
Absolutely. And again, just a junior, played as a sophomore, so he's got already 12 starts under his belt. Outstanding athlete, outstanding basketball player. To me, it's just it's putting the ball in harm's way at times when you don't need to. Trying to thinking that you can maybe make every throw when you got those physical gifts. I'm not surprised that he thinks he can make every throw. So cleaning up the decision making, knowing when to press the ball down the field, knowing when it's okay to throw it away or even, take that sack, and just having ball security and understanding that when you've got the ball, you've got the entire team program in your hands. So I agree with you. I think that the future is very bright for him, and he's very dangerous in those scramble situations, and he's only going to get better, I think, with Coach Fox, who's had quite a bit of success in the past with quarterbacks.
Well, on deck for these teams, Mike Rush, for the victorious Keystone Wildcats, they are going to play the Buckeye Bucks. They started 0-1, a loss to this Cloverleaf Colts team, and after tonight, they are going to be 0-2 as Amherst was putting it on them. Last I saw, it was 38-21, and that's a final. So Buckeye 0-2. Buckeye lost their starting quarterback, so they're trying to figure things out there. Greg Dennison, an amazing coach for the Bucks. So certainly I would imagine another week trying to figure it out. Buckeye will have things kind of on a better path. However, this Keystone team is on a roll. Buckeye's going to have their hands full.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game right now. I mean, we talked to Coach Fox, and, Buckeyes got size. And they're going to be a little bit bigger maybe than Keystone, but Keystone certainly has got a ton of skill. And, I thought Keystone held up really well defensively tonight when that was maybe the question coming into this game. Physically up front, held up well. You talked about their defensive line, quite a bit, and those guys did a great job. So, interesting game, former conference game, right? The old Pac.
Yep.
Former Patriot
I
Athletic
liked those
Conference.
days.
Yeah,
I liked those days.
Those were simpler times, weren't they?
Ooh, man, some of those names, you start throwing. That's what we should do one night, is just start throwing around some of those names from that conference. Oh my goodness, those were fun days.
Yeah, so it's a former Pac game, and it's a good game I think for both programs, and it'll be another Lorain County versus Medina County game next week.
And on the other side of things, a chance to get right for Cloverleaf. They're going to take on Carrollton. Carrollton lost their first game, but I believe they're winning big tonight. So they'll go into that game both 1-1 for the Cloverleaf Colts. So, again, a really interesting game tonight, a sloppy game. The effort cannot be questioned on either side, and that is ultimately what you appreciate. Execution wasn't always there, but, man, these kids played hard on both sides, and that's something to be proud of as well.
Totally agree. Effort and heart and want to was never in question. Execution, okay, and that's all things you can clean up, but certainly both teams came out and played hard, and a great atmosphere, and certainly a lot to clean up, but effort was not one of them.
Just a couple updated scores from around the area before we wrap things up. Again, this is the Mallard Creek Golf Club post-game show. Book your tee time today at the Duck, and if you find any of my golf balls out there, if you could return them to me, that'd be great. Our WEOL games tonight over on the other YouTube stream. It was Avon hosting Pine Richland out of Pennsylvania, and Avon, well, they had their hands full. 40-18 was the last I saw of that score. Pine Richland is a big-time powerhouse team out of Pennsylvania, and you don't just do that to Avon, so that's a really good team. Avon lost a game in Florida last year, so not that big of a deal for them to take that loss, but I'm sure a good learning experience Mike Elder will be talking about with his boys. Vermilion, what a win for Vermilion. The Sailors over the Falcons of Firelands, 41-7. In Medina County, wanted to get some updates. It's not been a great night for Medina County teams, as Brunswick, I was really excited. Brunswick with a big win last week. I thought, okay, maybe Brunswick, they came back. They were down big to Berea Mid-Park. They came back. They got that win. Maybe Brunswick's back a little bit. Hold on a minute. 42-7, Olmsted Falls over Brunswick. That is just a stomping. We're going to see. This is not a final at this point, or at least that I know of. Last I saw, Medina was losing to Hoover 14-18, and so maybe the Bees can come back and get a win, their first of the season. Wadsworth, the two Division II teams are where things are going okay. Don't know a final on either of these yet. Wadsworth ran it up on Hilliard-Davidson, though. That was a close game. It's now 33-8. And last I saw, Highland still up over Strongsville 24-21. That would be a massive bounce back over a very good team if Highland can get that win after what we saw last week. Again, we talked about Buckeye and Amherst. Amherst wins that game 38-21, and then couldn't get a score on Black River and Northwestern. But, again, not a great game, great night for Medina County. 9-7 was the last we saw. Northwestern up over Black River. So, again, county game, Medina County, always good football down here. We love doing the Medina County matchup, and we're doing it all season long. Really just want to get one last order of business here. Just tell you about what we got going on next week on the YouTube channel. Well, first of all, tomorrow, tune in. Yes. Lorraine, Elyria. Those two teams going at it. Saturday matinee game. So make sure you're tuned into the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel for that one. And then next week, first weekend of September, on one YouTube channel, it's going to be Midview at Elyria Catholic. On our WEOL stream 2, it'll be Lorraine at Amherst. And then we here on the Medina County matchup, Chad will be back, I'll be here. It'll be Medina at Brunswick. Again, Medina moved out of the conference, but they made sure, that was one thing that they said, and Brunswick agreed, they're not going to let that rivalry die. So Medina-Brunswick, non-conference game, but we will be at Brunswick for that one next week, so make sure you are tuned in there as well. Mike Rush, it's been a blast. Cloverleaf, great hosts as always. Our last order of business, just to give out our thank yous. So first thank you always goes out to the good folks here at Cloverleaf High School. They set us up. It's just an outstanding facility, an outstanding place to watch the game of football. The crowd was great. The people were great. So big shout out to the folks here at Cloverleaf. Our next shout out goes out to our sponsors. Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. Stewart's TV and Appliance, 468 Cleveland Street in Elyria. Mike Bass Ford, I-90 at Detroit Exit 148, a great deal and a great deal more. Valley Chevrolet on Route 18 in Wellington. Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company, and our sponsor of the post-game show here, Mallard Creek Golf Club on Route 82 in Columbia Station. Our last thank you and our biggest thank you goes out to all of you. If you tuned into the YouTube channel, we appreciate you. We hope you enjoyed watching this one. We hope you enjoyed listening as the Keystone Wildcats moved to 2-0 with a 12-10 victory over the Cloverleaf Colts. For Zach Sprigg that ran the camera, for Jared Kozar running the computer, for Mike Rush, I am Michael Keefe. We have had a blast of a time calling this one for you, and we'll see you next week. Until then, have a great weekend, and cheers, everybody.